Greetings and salutations, friends, and welcome back to another episode of Stamford Bridge. The second year of Stamford Bridge.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. We survived a year. Fun fact, the majority of podcasts do not.
Really? I didn't know that. I mean, I suppose it's like any business venture. Like, you know, a lot of them just fail, right?
Yes, the statistics on YouTube are dark and disturbing.
Right, okay. Well, it's like with anything. You've either got it or you haven't, I guess.
Yes, that's quite the thing. And today we have a look at something which this has got to be peak modernity in so many ways.
Oh, yeah.
As this is about a certain individual who got famous a few days ago by, quote, allegedly ran over a stalker in his Cybertruck.
Yeah, I mean, I'd never heard of... His username is Clavicular or something?
Which is funny, considering he was almost accused of vehicular manslaughter.
Well, yeah, true. True. But I'd never heard of him. He's some... Isn't he like 19?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, a very young Looksmaxxing Zoomer, I'm given to understand.
Yes, like even the idea of Looksmaxxing is something that I am only very, very tertiarily familiar with.
Yeah, same.
But he is apparently not being charged. No criminal charges will be filed, apparently. Now, this is, rumor level stuff, TMZ, but there you go. And to be fair, there are multiple legal defenses for a dude jumping onto the hood of your car and, you not being accused of running him over. So, okay, fair enough.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you jump on the hood of someone's car when they're driving, then you're a fucking moron. What are you doing?
Yeah, well, pretty much. And I do need to take a quick stab in the direction of England as well whilst we're here, because I told you that you should have just succumbed to the Vikings when you had the opportunity. Because if you had, this wouldn't have happened.
I think you can't say that, to be honest.
I'm confident in making this assertion.
I'm confident that Norway is a progressive nation.
I mean, we are, but we have yet to knight a Muslim mayor, so...
Well, this happened last year, didn't it? Or the year before. It's a while. It's not new.
It might have.
Sir Sadiq Khan for a while now.
Has it?
Yeah. I guess the internet's only just learned about it, but yeah, no, we've known about it for a while.
It was a fascinating...
Sure this is last year's New Year's Honours list.
Oh. Except what came around this year was his Christmas speech, which was Sadiq Khan going, listen, your Christian values dictate that you open your house to me.
Yeah, that you have to let Muslims take over.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Sadiq. I'm so glad. I'm a Christian. I'm not a Christian, by the way, so fuck yourself. I'm feeling rather pagan about all of this, Sadiq. What now?
And the king joining in too, going, I've learned many things, and they're all about diversity.
Well, there have been... It's an open question as to whether Charles is a Muslim. No, I'm not joking. I'm really not joking, right? So it's been an open question since the 90s as to whether he converted to Islam, and lots of people seem to think that he has, and the way he acts kind of suggests he might have done, frankly. So, there we go.
Okay, I was not aware of that fact.
Oh yeah, he's got yeah, that's the thing. He has an insane fetish for Islam. He fucking loves Islam.
Yeah. Yeah. But from one collapsing civilization to another.
Yeah. It's the collapse is universal. So
yeah, to be fair,
us all together.
Our king's New Year's speech was much the same. Like, we must push together. We have to reject the I and become the we. It's like, I don't know. I quite like the I.
Well, no, I mean, I'm happy to agree with that. Like, okay, yeah, we need to pull together and become the we. But that's not like a universal statement, right?
Oh,
like
I
there are
believe
far
it
t-
was.
There are far too many invaders. We need the we to push back against the them. It's like, good point, Your Majesty. Good point.
If only. Now, luckily, our I'm sure I've told you about this before, but our ex-royal Norwegian princess married an African shaman.
I think you have told me about this before, yeah. So
Yes.
progressive.
Fortunately, she was disowned previously for being absolutely batshit bonkers, so, you know.
How's the marriage going? I mean, how long ago did they marry?
A year ago, I think.
Yeah. They're still going well for them, is it?
Well, yeah, they have to, because they married primarily to get him Norwegian citizenship so they could treat his cancer.
Oh, well, there we go.
So he's currently costing us a few million on our free healthcare system.
That's wonderful. I fucking love free healthcare systems.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he claimed to be able to cure pretty much anything using his shamanic magic, but it doesn't work on him. It's too bad, but hey.
Remarkable. Fucking remarkable.
Oh, but
God.
I don't think I've shown you. Okay. One last piece of side spurge before we get into it. There was a beautiful recent picture that arrived where you have the princess and the shaman and the Norwegian guardsman in the background just giving her the stare of death.
Well, I mean, her husband doesn't seem that into it, to be honest.
Well, he knows he's got to put up with her. Like,
yeah.
The woman was disowned for talking to angels. I'm not even making this up. She started an angel school. So I just imagine the thoughts running through this guy's mind as he's standing there as the honor guard to this creature.
The thing is, what I like about this shaman guy is that he's clearly bullshitted his way into this.
Oh, yes.
And he's like, oh, no, shit, she truly believes I'm a fucking shaman.
Yeah.
She's going to divorce me if I actually go, no, this was all bollocks, and I need that cancer treatment.
Yeah. No, he must be like 70 layers of falsehood deeps and understands now that he's treading on thin ice, you know? He needs to remember the entire fucking spiel from the beginning to the end.
Oh, it's a like 1980s Hollywood movie in waiting.
Yes. Like he's got so many layers of life, lies, and pretense now.
Oh, it's like a modern version of Coming to America. Do you remember that film?
He cannot believe that it's holding up.
Can I smell your feet?
But now I have to pretend to be a fucking shaman. But I am marrying a princess.
Yeah. There he sat, marrying a technical her royal, etc. Except, not really.
Yeah.
And he's about to get everything he ever wanted. And he doesn't quite know how he got here, but he's happy nevertheless.
I mean, Jesus, how would you explain it?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a shaman, and I'm marrying a Norwegian princess. This all makes sense. Trust me, bro.
He'll return to Africa one day, and he'll listen, I was sat in this enormous hotel rented out by my princess wife. I am surrounded by literal European royalty, all wearing their traditional attire, pretending to be happy for me. Why did you do this, uncle? Well, I needed to go to the hospital for cancer treatment, and my bullshit magic didn't work.
I mean, they must honestly think Europeans are the stupidest people on earth.
How could you arrive at any other conclusion?
Yeah, I don't know. What other conclusions are there you could possibly derive from any of this?
Yeah, there really is none.
My son, the European man is a fucking retard.
Well, I mean, we all spent years mocking the Nigerian prince scam, and yet...
Yeah, you don't keep scamming people like that if it doesn't work.
Exactly. Right. Clavicular, vehicular.
Yeah.
So we have here an interview which we'll watch a little bit of before we'll probably get dragged off on wild side tangents.
Yeah, so this was how I was first made aware of this guy. because I'd seen like some kid had run someone down, but I don't know. You know, who cares? Like as far as I'm concerned, it's like normie influencer or something. Who knows, right? There are bound to be a billion of them, and I've never heard of any of them. But it was only when Michael Knowles interviewed him that I actually realized this was someone like, I don't know, I guess we could say political or like, you know, plugged into the discourse of the conversation. And I genuinely thought I was being trolled. Like I honestly, a lot of this just feels like parody. And so I don't know what I was supposed to take from it. I was like, you know, it like, I mean, I guess you'll understand what I mean as we go through, because it's just like, well, like this is not what normal people say or think or do, right? It comes out to that. Normal people, like healthy, well-adjusted people who aren't brain fried by the internet, don't act this way.
I guess I'll see. Right.
Michael and I've had the privilege of sitting down with people from a wide variety of backgrounds. Priests, exorcists, scientists, refugees. Never before, though, have I sat down with a Looksmaxxed meth head live stream cell. And I have that distinct privilege today.
Excuse me? Looks...
Yeah.
Meth head?
Yep.
He's admitted to that.
Apparently, yeah, he just tells everyone that he does math. It's not weird.
All right, I'm just going to go with it. I thought there were some laws against that, but I must have been misinformed.
Well, I mean, he's probably from California, so there's probably not laws against that. But weirdly, this is not the strangest thing about him.
Oh, good.
With my new friend, Clavicular.
How's it going?
Mr. Icular, it's wonderful to have you on the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Michael.
There is so much I want to get into with you.
Okay.
Even all those parts of your title. But I want to start with the most obvious and most apparent to most people, which is that you're a good-looking guy. I don't think that makes me gay to say you're a good-looking guy. You have intentionally become a good-looking guy. Mm-hmm. You have Looksmaxxed.
Right.
What is Looksmaxxing?
Looksmaxxing is the furthest extent that you could take self-improvement, right? So we've seen a lot of, different forms of that over the years, mostly with bodybuilding. I would say was the main one for a while for men, from about 2010 up until 2020. And then it sort of shifted into Looksmaxxing. That kind of crept into the space from different niche, forums, especially those of PSL, which was just three.
Pumpkin spice latte, obviously.
No, just three Looksmaxxing forums. So that influence kind of crept in, and it's very obvious that the face is more.
What's PSL?
A Looksmaxxing forum, apparently, he claims.
But what does it stand for, PSL?
How should I know?
Oh, right, I don't know. I don't know why I thought you might know something about that.
I wasn't even aware that this group had forums until 5 minutes ago.
Oh, this sort of thing's the only way this sort of stuff's possible is because of forums. Come on.
Well, that is true. Like, I remember an example of this, like a hyperbolic one, basically going like, back in the day, if you wanted to have sex with a toaster, you'd never do it because you'd think you were weird. You'd be like, God, that is a fucking weird thing I like.
Yeah.
I'm never going to speak to that about anyone. Then the internet came along, and you found thousands of people who are also all like on forums going, yeah, I want to have sex with toasters too. And that is the moment.
Anonymously.
Yes.
Without being embarrassed and looking like a prat.
And that is the moment at which the man actually tries to put his penis in the toaster. With all the consequences that thus follows.
God, the internet is a problem.
Important than the physique. So people were doing the self-improvement, and it wasn't really getting them the results that they needed. So that's why the further step needed to be taken to sort of go about improving upon your entire life.
So,
the further step. I'm already a little scared. Also, I find it fascinating that the furthest extent of self-improvement, yet it has nothing at all whatsoever to do with intellectual improvement.
Or like the things that are actually important in your life, right? Like this is entirely self-obsessed. I mean, he even at one point he goes, "Yeah, you could describe it as narcissism," which is like, right? So we've normalized narcissism now, have we?
there are all these bodybuilding forums, and you say, well, what about this phrase, the butterface? You know, but you hear about the butt, you never hear
Right.
about butter body. So you draw the conclusion from that hey, you guys are all working out to build up your bodies, but the face is more important to physical attractiveness.
Absolutely.
So that's what distinguishes just working out and hitting the gym and bodybuilding from Looksmaxxing.
It's just adding an extra layer, right? I'm someone who hugely advocates for still going to the gym, even though I might have been taking a little bit of time off recently.
I've taken about a decade or so off.
Yeah, so no worries. We're on the same page there. But I'm just adding that extra layer, that extra piece of key nuance that I feel like has been out of the equation for the longest time, especially in a lot of like the manosphere discussion. Looks hasn't really been, mentioned, and it just seems kind of silly to me.
Can I ask how old you are?
19.
You're 19.
Correct.
So
Hang on. Right, that looks hasn't really been mentioned. Why would we?
Well, I suppose that like the basic assumption of the self-improvement was body, right? And that is multi-layered in that to become a strong man, you need to have a strong body. And it's also the fact that masculinity when it comes to male attractiveness has probably been largely dominated by people who were actually ugly. Like, look at Arnold Schwarzenegger or Sylvester Stallone. They're not exactly pretty gentlemen in the facial department.
But the thing is, I know quite a few women who found Arnold Schwarzenegger in his youth an attractive man. Like, it's not that women didn't like these guys.
No, sure.
You ignorant.
But compared to the modern, like, compared to this guy, for example, it's very much so that kind of almost twinkified face.
Yeah, it's very twinky, isn't it?
Fine, yeah, there we go. So you could immediately see a pretty large discrepancy, a la Sylvester Stallone, for example.
Yeah, but like, no one would say he's a bad-looking guy.
Perhaps the terminology is the kind of the opposite here, because Sylvester Stallone is handsome, rugged, masculine, right?
Rugged, I think, is a good description for him.
Yeah, rugged. Whereas Clavicular, feminine.
But he's only 19. I mean, I wouldn't expect him to be that rugged at 19.
How old was Sylvester Stallone when he started doing movies?
It was the 1980s. I mean, fucking hell, man. Everyone looked older, right? Everyone looked fucking ancient back then.
Unironically, yes.
I
like
know,
the way
I know.
that people have aged is fascinating. Like, I don't want to go full Alex Jones on everybody, but there's something in the water. I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, it's the fucking microplastics, man, isn't it? You know? They're in your balls, fucking up your testosterone. I'm not even joking when I say that either.
So, okay, I'm trying to find how old was Sylvester Stallone during Rocky?
He's fucking 19, I swear to God.
Oh no, he's not. Okay, there we go. So 30. So this is him
Right.
because this is before or is this during Rocking? So he's in his like late 20s, early 30s, roundabout.
Yeah.
That is fascinating. But yeah, no, like it's different. Like rugged and Clavicular is going for more like a
Twinkie?
Twinkie. I guess Twinkie is the correct word. Yeah.
But just before we go on, this whole thing, the whole discourse is quite feminine, right?
Yes.
Because, like, this is the kind of thing that women talk about. Like, when he talks about people, he talks about, like, the upper maxilla and stuff, and I don't even know what the fuck that is. What the fuck is an upper maxilla? Like, not knowing this didn't stop me from having 4 kids. Right, so it's it's a crucial fixed bone in the midface that supports the upper teeth and forms part of the navel cavity, eye sockets, and the hard palate at the roof of the mouth. And right, okay, so like at one point he's like Sydney Sweeney has like a severely recessed upper maxilla or something. It's like, okay, man, but she's the most desirable woman in the world at this point, so it's obviously not holding her back. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure that's the thing to focus on. Like when Michael Knowles, what do you think of Sydney Sweeney? He doesn't even mention her boobs. It's like, right, okay. Actually, that's not true. He does. He's like, look, put her face on someone else's body, and she's not that hot. And it's like, yeah, because it's more than just individual things. An aesthetic effect is drawn from the whole.
Yeah, and like here we go, like a more of a close-up picture, and like it's very clear this is a very different interpretation of beauty now.
Yeah, well, it's kind of feminine, right?
Shit.
Like
Expressly feminine, I'd say.
It's very feminine. It's about being pretty. Whereas if you go back to the Sylvester Stallone one, man, I'd rather look like Stallone in the 80s than that guy now. Like, Stallone looks like a man. Like, he looks manly. You know, he looks like he's going to kick your ass or something. You know, he looks tough. This guy looks like he's at Twilight.
Yeah. Now, the Twilight's actually an excellent thing to bring up, because that's kind of what almost popularized this look, I guess. All right, but okay, let's keep going a bit.
Which was just 3
Pumpkin spice latte, obviously.
No, just 3 Looksmaxxing forums. So that influence kind of crept in, and it's very obvious that it's just adding an extra layer, right? I'm someone who hugely advocates for still going to the gym, even though I might have been taking a little bit of time off recently.
I've taken about a decade or so off.
Yeah, so no worries, we're on the same page there. But I'm just adding that extra layer, that extra piece of key nuance that I feel like has been out of the equation for the longest time, especially in a lot of like the manosphere discussion. Looks hasn't really been, mentioned, and it just seems kind of silly to me.
Can I ask how
Right,
old you
okay,
look?
let's pause it
You're
there a
19.
second. Again, like, the fact that this comes out of the manosphere discussion, he specifically highlights that. This is online brain rot.
I have lost.
Well-
Shit.
Yes, but I guess this is just the evolution of it. And
Yeah.
interestingly enough, it's the feminization of the manosphere.
Yeah, it kind of is, isn't it? And we'll get to that later, because Nick Fuentes has a sort of screed that he's put on Telegram, which honestly sounds like it was targeting me personally. But I think that is essentially what we're seeing here, right? Because it's another thing is like bodybuilding is not for women, right? Bodybuilding is for men. And everyone knows that, don't get me wrong, women like muscular guys. It's not that they don't like muscular guys. But the roided out, ultra hench, veins popping dudes are not what women fantasize about.
Are you ready to rut this yellow mare's
These are not
butt?
popular archetypes with women.
Yes, this has been one of those fascinating realizations over the years that to build one's body like that is not actually to attract women, it is to attract gay men.
And yeah, and just to impress other men. Like I said, it's not that women don't like
You
strong
ignorant
guys. They
slut.
do, but there's a kind of golden mean for it. They don't want like weak, skinny guys, but they also don't want the roid popping guy. And I think it's not just about the visuals on it either. Because I think that one thing that we forget when we approach this conversation, this kind of discourse, is it's masculinity done in a feminine way. As in, like,
You ignorant
I don't know how to
slut.
describe it. Like, he's very concerned about looks in himself. But it's evident that, and he says that this is not about getting girls. So yeah, we know. Obviously, this isn't about getting girls, because women are not nearly as visual as men are. Like, men are very concerned with how a girl looks. Women are concerned partially with looks, but also in many other ways. Lots of other stuff is equally, if not more important. And I'm sure we all know some absolute fucking cave troll who's got a really attractive wife or girlfriend. And you think, how the fuck did that happen? Right? And it's because you're not a woman and you don't understand what she viewed as valuable.
All right. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where, like, he's being hyper specific through the visual lens about things that seem kind of girly, as if like he's putting himself in the position of the woman when making judgments?
Yes, but it's like he approaches being a woman from a masculine lens almost.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, no, I think that's kind of where it comes from, because he views himself as pretty, as a man views looks as important, but not to attract women. It kind of feels like he's trying to become the favored mate of like a Carthaginian sacred band hoplite.
Fire is the answer.
Yeah, I see.
Like, you see it, right?
Yeah. He's trying to become the sort of chief towel boy, right?
Yes.
In the Greek baths. And no, that's exactly it. Like, because this, like, what, and when he talks about mogging as well, he talks about, like, I'm not interested in women, I'm interested in mogging guys. It's like, what's that? Essentially being prettier than them.
Yes.
And it's like, right, okay. Because for me, like, I remember a while ago, a clip from Andrew Tate where he was like, look, I realized that life was hard. And so, when I was young, growing up in the mean streets of Luton, which probably are quite fucking mean, to be honest. And he's like, I realized I had to be richer than any other guy. I had to be able to beat up any other guy, and then I'd be able to take care of myself. Right? That's a warrior archetype, right? That's, I'm here to conquer and take money and get bitches, right? This guy's got the complete opposite. He's got like the catamite archetype. Where it's
yes.
like, I need to be the prettiest in the room to mog them with my prettiness. And so whenever I walk in the room, I'm the prettiest guy here. And so it's interesting, like, dichotomy between Tate and this guy.
Yes, because it really comes across as if he's lookmaxing not for the female, but for the man. Like, he's literally the towel boy in the sacred band bath, going like, you don't want Androculus. Look at me. I'm way prettier than him.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to get Andrew Tate's attention, doesn't it?
That's a really strange realization, but that's kind of the logical conclusion.
Yeah. And the thing is, right, I just want to be clear. I don't think this kid's a bad kid or anything like that. Like,
he's 19. He probably barely knows what he's fucking doing.
Yeah, but like, he seems nice enough. He doesn't seem like a total dick and whatnot. I'm not trying to be a dick to him. It's just, this is a really bizarre archetype that we're witnessing emerge here, and I've never seen it before.
Yes, it is a strange thing. All right, interruption for Super Chats. $50 Super Chat. Thank you from Raphite Aluster. Thank you very much, sir. Now that my schedule has let me catch you two live again, I have a few observations as by Bart's Avatar videos. The noble savage is an exception among savages, not the norm, as the left seems to want to believe. One out of two.
Ooh, that's a great point, actually, because there are savage tribes that are honourable and have nobility, but he's absolutely right. They're not the norm. These were the exception.
Yeah, in fact, they were usually bullied like mad by the other tribes.
Yeah.
And he continues, in regards to the UK death penalty, I'm willing to be at least some MPs are subconsciously aware of two things. One, treason is traditionally one of the things it's applicable to. And two, the policies they support could be seen as treasonous.
Well, Tony Blair removed death penalty for treason literally the month after he got into power. Weirdly.
Yeah.
Why would that be such a priority?
An article popped up the other day showing that the UK had spent £43 million on sex bots in Kenya, and I'm just saying, funneling millions of pounds to foreign powers used to be treasonous.
Yeah, it did. It used to, back in the good old days. Sorry, the benighted old reactionary days. Thank God we're past that, Arch.
Oh, yes. Thank God. But, okay, let's listen to a bit more of what the Catamite has to say.
Correct.
So, you're very young.
Yep.
And you're talking about this development of the looksmaxxing, self-improvement world.
Mm-hmm.
When did you get into this?
When I was 14 years old.
Okay, so
Right.
he's been groomed like mad.
Yeah, and he's been absolutely cooked on these forums by older guys.
Like, okay, like more and more, the Catamite is making sense. So he enters into a very masculine space, very competitive, like, oh, look at me, I'm big and strong at 14. And the thing he takes away from that is, oh, I better be pretty for these big burly men around me.
Yeah, because I mean, it's not like a 14-year-old can reasonably be expected to compete in such spaces on traditionally masculine terms.
Yeah, you're not going to walk up to Arnold Schwarzenegger and, you know, flex him to death or anything.
Yeah.
You know, I was someone who was on these bodybuilding forums. I started taking exogenous hormones, testosterone, when I was 14.
How did you even get it? How?
Yeah. How did you get access to that? Again, it sounds like grooming. It sounds like the trannies being like, oh yeah, I'm going to make hormones in my bathtub and send them to people.
Yeah, like, 'cause surely one of these other men must have been like, hello there, 14-year-old boy, want some steroids?
Yeah, right. How could he have got them?
Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure.
I wouldn't know how to get them now. Like, how did a 14-year-old fucking get them?
Yeah, and like, okay, granted this is the age of the internet, so I'm sure it's a Google search away, but it's... Huh.
And then it became more of a shift from bodybuilding-oriented stuff, like we talked about before, say this happened to a lot of people, into more Looksmaxxing stuff over the years.
You're 14. You're going through puberty. You're
Yeah.
getting a nice injection of testosterone the old-fashioned way.
Mhm.
Why did you do that?
For facial masculinization, just optimizing all of my growth pathways so that I could have like a super physiological puberty, right? So, you know, you could do a lot with pharmaceutical intervention. So taking those steps at an early age is kind of like it's a now or never mentality, right? So once
Okay,
you
hang
growth
on. Hang on. That sounds very much like transgenderism.
Now that you mention it, yes.
That is exactly the argument. Well, we need puberty blockers because otherwise, you go through puberty against your consent or whatever. Right? It's very, very similar. Am I right?
Yeah. As a now or never to maximize your
Trick
Cheers, I
or
guess.
treat.
But this is the thing about this whole thing being really feminized as well. It's like, yeah, this is all downstream of feminism.
Yes.
Like, none of this would happen in any kind of traditional society because the kid's dad would be like, what the fuck are you talking about? The internet? Get in the fucking blacksmith shop and fucking start hammering nails or something, you know?
Yes.
it's closed, there's nothing you could do.
What's so fascinating about that answer is that's like the right-wing version of the transgender argument. The
There we go.
Yeah, no.
pro-trans people are always saying,
Right.
I got to take the cross-sex hormones when I'm 13 or 14 because if I wait until I'm 18 or 20, it'll be all closed off and I'll never look like the opposite sex. And what you're saying is, well, I had to take all these exogenous hormones when I was 14 so that I could look like the most giga-chad version of my own sex.
Right. Yeah, no, of course. So it's the exact opposite. And you'll hear a lot of criticism.
Well, no, it's not the exact opposite. It's the exact same, but
Are you ready to run
with
Just
a
going in the
different,
opposite direction.
different purpose.
Buttery butt.
Yeah.
That is...
For like the stuff that I talk about from the left, which is quite ironic. So I'm glad you brought that up.
So what does it mean? So you start taking testosterone.
Right.
Okay, before we get into what your parents said about this, what your doctors said or didn't say about this,
Well, hang on. If he started taking testosterone, why doesn't he look more manly?
Well,
Why does he look so twinkish?
I don't know. I have never actually looked into what an excess of testosterone in the teenage years does to a guy.
No, I haven't. But I would have assumed it had made him, big and hairy and grug-like. I would have assumed anyway. What do I know?
Indeed.
14-year-old kid.
Hang on a sec.
So I'm wondering how he got a hold of all of this as a 14-year-old. All right, I'll do a couple of super chats.
Sorry, yeah. Sorry. Back.
Brandon, for $50 too. Thank you very much, sir. Maybe it's just the circles I run in, but I don't usually see sci-fi stuff. The Star Trek future, mostly human supremacist. I kind of wonder if it's because the kind of liberal universalism died out, realizing people aren't the same. Friendship. I think it's because okay, right. So my theory with this is that back in the old Star Trek days, a lot of us genuinely did believe in the we're all just people kind of thing. And so we viewed aliens as just a natural extension of that. We'd all be able to get along. But a decade of diversity has kind of taught us that no. Societal and cultural differences can actually be really fucking huge hurdles to get over. And it's made a lot of people very skeptical to the idea that, okay, if we have this hard of a time getting along with somebody from our own planet, what are the odds we'll be able to get along with somebody from a different solar system?
Well, again, the
Tree. Can I smell you?
assumption is, of course, that the aliens, being rational, will be able to agree with rational morality.
And we assume that they'll possess the morality that we have.
Yeah.
Oh.
And if we don't have Kantian propositions to which we can all consent, then, what are you going to do?
Which is, at the end of the day, why all of the aliens that are good end up being basically humans, but in space.
14-year-olds go through a lot of problems, a lot of self-image issues, girls and boys. Why did you do this when most 14-year-olds don't?
Well, because most 14-year-olds have no fucking clue what any of this is.
Thank God.
I mean, again, this is obviously a consequence of grooming. Like, I can't imagine it's anything else. Like, 14-year-olds have a hard time concentrating on their fucking Pokemon cards. Never mind going on Looksmaxxing forums and acquiring testosterone boosters.
Well, so I'm a bit of an autist, right? So I was just like, there's this thing that could get me to my desired physique quicker. Like, why wouldn't I do that? It wasn't like your typical 14-year-old who goes on Instagram and sees like, a picture of David Lade or like Chris Bumstead, and it's like, oh, like I want to look like that guy. I'm just like, well, objectively, this is going to get me there quicker. So why would I not?
That
was kind of the mentality.
Are there downsides there? Are there side effects?
Of course, yeah, no. So there's a lot that can go wrong if you're not very careful with, using anabolic steroids. Obviously, so I was someone who.
This doesn't sound like something we should be giving to 14-year-olds.
No.
Did my due diligence and made sure things didn't go horribly wrong. There's certainly things I could have went about better.
Okay, like, again, you're 14. You don't fucking know anything about any of this. Your due diligence, what the you're injecting random chemicals you're getting from God only knows where into your body. This sounds like a terrible fucking idea.
I mean, it's yeah. Like, what can you even say? This person was not making an informed decision.
No, not at any point. And it's again the same argument against transgenderism. Like, no, I don't believe that you as a 13-year-old can go like, no, I'm a girl. Okay.
And I wish I had a more comprehensive understanding before I, decided to go this route. But we're here now, and for those reasons, with how complex it is, I don't openly advocate for anyone to do this. Right? I think a lot more people are going to wind up fucking themselves over.
I mean, that's sensible, at least.
Screwing themselves over if they are to go this route, rather than if they were to decide to stay natural.
What do you regret? You say there's some things I wish I'd done differently, would have turned out differently.
Just not taking certain pharmaceuticals. I wish I would have had a little bit more IGF-1 in the protocols, just for example. So just
what's the effect of that though?
IGF-1 is an important hormone for development. So just if I were to take that, that would be a little bit better, but I couldn't afford it at the time. So I would have just gone about that a little different.
But there was nothing where you'd say, I really messed this part of my body up. You just say, I wish I'd gone further.
Right, yeah.
So you start taking these steroids. Are you still taking them?
Yes, I'm just on TRT.
What's TRT?
Testosterone replacement therapy.
Yeah, okay. You hear about like 50-year-old guys doing that.
Yeah, well, it seems a little ridiculous that to optimize my testosterone levels to where they realistically should be as a male, I have to wait until I'm like 30 years old is like the common cope that you hear on the internet.
But why wouldn't they naturally be there? You look like a normal, healthy young man. Why wouldn't you just have a normal, healthy young man's testosterone levels? I guess if you weren't taking all the TRT, like, it'd be fine.
Well, this is one of those things as well that we know that testosterone levels appear to be abnormal, and we don't have like a firm explanation for it.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Yeah, you are right that there are lower testosterone levels, but like, I get the feeling that's about lifestyle. You know, the sort of sedentary nature of, you know, the modern world, blah blah blah. You know.
Probably, but
Heresy's
considering like the
Fire
potential
is
health
the
risks
answer.
involved, you'd think this would be something we had studied. I mean, we
Yes.
test if turnips can feel pain, but we decided this one wasn't really that important.
Anyway, let's carry on.
And testosterone levels have been declining rapidly
Yep.
across generations. So I'm kind of just placing myself where we, evolutionarily should be.
Okay, so Looksmaxxing then is when you shoot up a bunch of pharmaceuticals.
No, that's not look. That's my iteration of Looksmaxxing. Is just kind of doing whatever it takes.
Sorry,
like the
sorry,
rich Piana
listen.
mentality. That's not real.
Sorry, I'm sorry to keep pausing this. Looksmaxxing is when you take pharmaceuticals. Is that no? That's when I do it. It's like,
Heresy's the
okay, but
question.
you just said you were
Fire is the
Looksmaxxing.
answer.
But look at what he's done there, right? He said, well, no, my personal interpretation, my subjective lived experience of Looksmaxxing. This is entirely coded in left-wing ideology, right? Everything about this is coded in sort of like relativity and again, just the lived experience of things. Like, he frames it in that way. And the thing is, you can't even blame this guy. He's grown up mired in a feminist culture.
Service
Like this,
guaranteed
and the reason that
citizenship.
these guys are even doing any of this, I think, is because feminism destroyed masculinity itself.
Yes, so a lot of people in chat have been bringing up like the mouse utopia, right?
Yeah, well, I sent you the link to that so we can talk about that.
Yes, and
But I was gonna talk about that a little bit later because there are other clips from other things that we've got that really highlight that.
Yeah, we can do that. And I feel like
Are you
as
ready
much
to
as
let this
it's
yellow
mouse
nerd fluttery
utopia, I
fluttery
also feel
butt?
like this has serious elements of, the test where they put a mouse in water and it swam for a bit, then gave up and was about to drown, but they brought it back out again and dried it off and then returned it to the water, and it swam for a much longer period because of hope. I feel like this is what we've got here. So you've got a person who has no real way forward. He knows he's in a society that doesn't like him, doesn't like his kind, who will predate upon him, who will bar opportunities from him. And we all know this. Like, there's been studies now, articles, people are beginning to talk about it in the public, and young people can obviously feel it, especially as they go through school and education. You are a second-class citizen now if you are white and male. But then culture begins to shift. Like, there are pieces of rays of hope, like the Andrew Tates of the world, that kind of give you this distorted view of a hopeful reality and future. I feel like that's why they go to such extreme length. Like, they've been given some degree of hope based on false pretenses, and they're now, as he says, actively injuring themselves in certain ways to reach this twisted view of masculinity.
Yeah. And, the other day we were talking about Alistair McIntyre's What Happens If Science is Destroyed and then recovered piece by piece. Is it actually science that they're doing? And the answer is no. It's basically like a cargo cult of science. It'll still use the words of science, but it won't be doing science because the essential theoretical basis of it is missing. And it's very much the same with what these guys are doing with masculinity. The essential basis of masculinity is actually missing. And so trying to reconstruct it from the aesthetic things that they can extract from the past is not actually recreating men. It's creating the simulacrum of men.
Ah, yes, that's a good one too. Like, they don't understand what actually lies at the heart of this thing, but they know what it looks like.
Yeah, because I think that, like, at one point in a different one, he's like, yeah, we've got to become the Giga Chad, right? And it's like, okay, for a start, no one is the Giga Chad, right? When I first saw the Giga Chad photo, I thought it was AI or it was hand-drawn or something. I didn't realize it was a real photo of a real guy. That guy is literally 1 in like 7 billion, right?
Yes.
Nobody looks like that fucking guy. I'm not trying to be mean, but he's a freak. He's an anomaly, right? He's something very unusual. And don't get me wrong, I'm very glad he exists. Like his Instagram, he seems like quite a cool dude on it. But I'm glad it exists because it is a kind of excellent meme image. but you'll never be that. You know, there's no point trying to be that. But what you could be is someone who is actually manly, as in takes responsibility for things, who is actually the person of last resort, the person you rely upon when things go fucking south. That's what being a man is. Being, honestly, courageous. You know, it's like, this kid, does he strike you as being the sort of guy who's going to be stood shoulder to shoulder with you on the battlefield or something? I'm sorry, I just don't get those vibes. You know what I mean? I don't feel this guy's manly.
No,
He seems very feminine to me.
It's because it's been a very different type of masculinity, clearly.
Yeah.
And it's also like, this is kind of, there's been a long period of time when women will point to advertisement, go like, this is unrealistic body standards, patriarchy is holding us down, we must reject all of this. This has forever also been equally so on the male side of things. And as you point out, like the Giga Chad guy, Ernst Kalimov, I think, real human being, obviously, like, this is a 1 in a billion person on every level.
Yeah.
And to then have like you can kind of see what he's sort of getting at, but like it's a vague simulacrum of what he's trying to go for.
Yeah, dude, you know, you're never going to look like this guy. Like, nobody looks like this guy.
But that is the guy he's trying to become the favorite catamite of.
Yes, that's exactly it.
It's such a fucking strange thing.
There's another thing here that is really, really bizarre, right? That I just a bit of a, not tangent, but just another thing to add, which is that I've just popped into my mind. This focus on looks is really fucking weird, and is really, really feminine, right? Like we've said, because women know that men are concerned about looks, and so they are like, oh, I've got to be pretty, I've got to put on my makeup, and apparently this guy wears makeup.
Not even apparently. Like we got pictures of him putting it on and stuff.
That's so fucking gay, man. What the fuck are you doing? Like, I find that actually kind of offensive. You know what I mean? Like, putting on makeup's fucking gay. And so it's like, right, that's you essentially fulfilling the woman's role, right? To be the catamite, like to look like the catamite. Like, what the fuck are we doing here, bro?
Yeah,
like
this is absolutely the catamite making himself pretty for the return of the hoplites from battle.
Yeah, and the hoplite looking like Giga Chad there. Fucking, don't get me wrong, I'm sure he's gonna be thrilled that he's got a pretty concubine at home when he gets back from the battle. The battle's gonna be tough, you know. Like, fucking hell,
he's going to enjoy the services of his pretty young boy wife, but
no doubt. But this is the point. Men validate themselves through agency, through action, right? The man validates himself by his performance in the battle, by the fact that he works hard and provides for his family, by the fact he uses his agency for something. Women don't do this. Women validate themselves by the way they look, as an ornament. And this was always the feminist complaint about, and this is why Hollywood is plagued with fucking girl bosses. You know, that, oh, Princess Peach is just in the tower. Yeah, it's because she's a babe, and Mario wants to save her because she's a babe. That's literally what it boils down to. The woman is an object, the man is the subject. That's literally the essence of feminist argumentation against the patriarchy, and the way every story has ever worked since the dawn of time. And this guy's like, yeah, you know what I need to do? I need to become the object. I need to look pretty. It's like, no, you need to learn a trade.
I need to become the object of the man's conquest.
Yes. No, you need to be the conqueror, right? And again, Andrew Tate is a great mirror of this guy. Andrew Tate has taken that mindset too far in his own way. And I tell you what, man, I don't dislike any of these guys, actually. Like, I actually kind of like, then there'll be people who are like, oh, you're attacking them or something. So I'm not attacking them. It's just what they're doing isn't conducive to the kind of society that we used to have. And I think all of them, in a way, lament the loss of the society that we used to have. And there's no way we can ever reconstruct that kind of society whilst we're out on these weird ledges doing strange fucking things that didn't produce the thing that we all miss having had when we were younger, or see other people having had when they were younger. Like, we can't be going off and doing this weird fucking shit that isn't actually helpful.
Well, there's this fascinating thing around the idea of masculinity, right? You may have seen or heard about the Andrew Tate boxing match that happened a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I was going to do a video on it. I did have time. I was lazy.
Yeah, and there was also the Jake Paul boxing match, right? And what is fascinating about both of these is that what happened here is not in and of itself in any way dishonorable.
Not at all.
Not at all. Jake Paul trains hard, goes to fight a professional fighter. They engage in a martial bout against one another. There is no dishonor in being the loser of that.
No,
but
it was suicidal.
Well, the thing, it comes across as dishonorable because of their previous actions. Andrew Tate has not constructed himself as an honorable human being, and that is made all the more evident when he loses what should have been an honorable contest.
And moreover, Tate has an outsized legend around himself.
Yes.
Tate, I looked into this. Andrew Tate has lost a few fights before. But this isn't the first fight that Andrew Tate has lost. He was a very successful mixed martial artist. Let me get his record up. Hang on a second, because it's not bad at all.
Also, for a brief moment, another big super chat. Thank you very much, chat. We need to take a break for super chat soon. It's been flooding in today.
Okay.
The inner circle for 1,000 Indians. I don't know what that means. Sorry. I'm almost 40k now. 40k now. Wow, that would have been impressive. 40 now, and no one ever cared what I looked like. They all care about what I can provide, whether it's my skill or my money.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Masculinity is fundamentally based in agency, right?
Yeah.
So just to get back to this Tate stuff, right? His professional kickboxing record: 76 wins, 9 losses, 1 draw. That's a great record, man.
Yeah.
This guy is an expert kickboxer. Of course, you lose some, and you've got to be really unusual not to lose any. There are some people who have never lost a fight or whatever, but this is a great record. And it's just like, okay, he's lost a couple. This is not the first time. And yet everyone's acting like this is the first match Andrew Tate has ever lost. And it's like, why is that?
It is, again, for the same reason why the Jake Paul thing was, why the internet was celebrating his loss. It is, as you said, an outsized image, and it is an image of their own creation. No one likes the bloviating braggart. There's nothing honorable in that.
And especially when it's not true.
Yes.
If it was true, you'd be like, well, there we go, But no, you can lose. You are merely mortal.
Yes. And
again, but you are right. In and of itself, it's not dishonorable at all to lose a fight.
No. Like, of course not. Do you fucking look at this guy? Could anyone here in chat go 6 rounds with this motherfucker? Like, realistically.
Yeah. Oh, God, mate. Just no thank you.
Yes.
Go kick my ass, Jesus.
I wouldn't even fucking live. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. He'd probably kill me, he broke Jake Paul's jaw in 2 places. Like, it looked like he did, on. Oh, the gloves aren't there to protect your face. They're to protect your fingers.
I suppose,
Seriously.
but that's still a bit of padding,
No, it doesn't matter at all. It's there to make sure your fingers don't get broken.
Because, again, there's nothing dishonorable in this defeat. You could argue that, maybe he got too big for his shoes, took on a guy who couldn't beat. Okay, fair enough. But the reason why this is now viewed as so dishonorable and so deserved is because they acted as if they could not lose. They mocked the sport itself. When you engage in a martial pursuit and you mock that martial's pursuit, you derive it by going, oh, this is so easy. Nobody can beat me. I'm the best. What is this childish nonsense? And you get your ass beat.
Especially
Yes.
as I reckon Mike Tyson was holding back, man.
I mean, that was obviously fair flagged, but fixed. But I mean,
Yeah.
hey, no,
But anyway.
like at that point, it was just a wrestling match for entertainment, in my opinion.
Yeah. But the point is, there's nothing intrinsically wrong with any of these things.
No.
The dishonorableness of it is the fact that the person refuses to engage with the fight, right? If there is a just cause to have the fight and you run away, then that's dishonorable. Because masculinity is rooted in agency. It's in what you do that matters. And that's, of course, contextual, like the super chatter just said, well, everyone expects something from you. Yeah, a man is validated by his labor, by his agency, by his skills, by what he can accomplish or produce. That is what a man is, in just the traditional heroic archetype of what a man is. It's like Achilles is the great example of it, right? He's just the best fighter in the Achaeans. He's the one who kills Hector, who's the best fighter in the Trojans. Like this is about what you can do, not how you look. How you look is for women. And that's just flat out, that's it. And the thing is as well, like women do care about looks, obviously, but not nearly as much as men, and so many other factors about a man can completely override the way a man looks. Like charisma is one of those things. If you make a woman feel good about herself, it really doesn't matter how much you've been looksmaxxing or how not, right? I've seen this in real life where like just some guy, he's just normal, but he manages to just chat up, just riz some girl, and she just goes off and he's like, but he's such a normal looking guy. And it's like, yeah, but he just made her feel good. He made her feel like she was the center of his universe, and she was enchanted by this. No, I don't think women look at this Looksmaxxing kid and are like, oh, he makes me feel like the center of the universe. No. Because his focus is entirely on himself. Like, he is the center of his own universe as if he were a woman. This is the woman's perspective, to be so focused. I'm the thing. I'm the prize is basically what he's thinking, which is what women think. And it's like, right, okay, that's really weird. Again, that's the opposite of what it is to be a man.
Yes, and like this also comes kind of like from a misunderstood view of what the women find attractive. Like if we assume, because in this case, he's literally doing it to be a catamite. That appears obvious now, but from the female perspective, you brought up Twilight, right? Mm-hmm. And the reason why Twilight's so popular with women isn't simply because the males are handsome. It is... I hate to say this, but Twilight is deeper than that. I know.
It is. It's the same with 50 Shades of Grey.
Yes. Like I'll hurt myself later in public to make up for this, but no, as for a female fetish material, Twilight has all of the layers in it. One of the things, for example, is the idea that Edward sees Bella and is just instantly like, oh my god, I love you. Like, that connection. Not just the I'm attracted to you, I love you. That part.
But it's not just that, it's the I am fixated on you.
Yes.
Like, you are the center of my world. All of my attention is focused on you. And that's what the woman wants in these sort of idealized circumstances.
Yes.
She wants to be the center of attention. And every woman wants to be the center of attention of every man in the room, ideally. Right? They all want all of the men fawning over them everywhere they go, which is why I used to work in a call center, and it was entirely men, obviously, back in the early 2000s. And there was one day they hired a couple of girls to join the team, and one of them was kind of like this sort of alpha female type, and you could tell she was fucking thrilled to be basically the only attractive woman in the room. And she had such a good time with it. And it was just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It was kind of annoying, to be honest, because she just flounced around like she fucking owned the place. And she was in heaven.
This is the origin of the queen bee in things like MMOs. Like everybody who played World of Warcraft and games like that when they first became popular, the guild female, the amount of gifts, of preferential treatment, of advantages... Yeah.
Mhm.
And that lies at the core of a lot of female fetishism. Like the idea of the
Yep.
man being unreasoningly interested in them, obsessed with them.
Well, this is why a lot of women, I think, like rape fantasies. It's not that they want to be raped; it's they want to feel like they are so desirable that a man can't resist. Right?
Yes.
Now, and I'm not making a judgment there. Fantasies are just fantasies. Nobody wants anything bad to happen, etc., etc. But that's the sort of the sort of prime moving desire that underpins it. In the same way that men want to conquer things, like it's that's the way we are. But the point is, going back to this clavicular guy, he's adopting the female position where I am the thing that is, I am the self-interested thing, right? The I am the thing that other people's attention comes to. I am the thing that their agency comes to. That's the position of
Trick or
Princess fucking
treat.
Peach.
Can I smell your feet?
Yes. Oh, and I'm sorry, I didn't see the second red super chat from the Inner Circle. I'm sorry. Thank God, when I was 14, I was too busy duping stuff in Diablo 2 and selling them for dollars. Never crossed my mind to think and behave like a... Can't say that word on YouTube.
Oh, I was too busy, just going out to skate
Like-
parks with my mates, and getting my first girlfriend and stuff like that. I was just normal.
When I was 14, I was defrauding people out of Pokemon cards and playing Pog. Like, that's what I was doing.
It was great. When I was like 14, 15, we used to go on a Wednesday evening. Me and my mates used to go to the local war games club, and we had a few like
Ignorant
girl
slut.
friends who would hang around our group, and they were desperate for us not to go to this war games club. And every fucking week we're like, nope, we're going to war games. Like total little chads, actually. Now I think about it, and they'd be like begging us not to go. And we're like, nope, going to war games. Sorry, ladies. It was great.
Yep. All right, let me catch up on a few of these.
Yeah, okay.
They've been rolling in today. Thank you very much, by the way, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Baloney Soprano, good lord, what is happening in here? A children's daycare open from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. with nearly 100 violations that can't even spell learning right. Yes, may I see the kids? Why are you asking to see the kids, MAGA weirdo? The
I'll tell you
Somali
what, that-
daycare.
It's been fucking gold, and watching them try and defend themselves has been so comical. Oh,
Yes,
they
the-
broke in and stole all our records. And why the fuck would anyone do that?
Yes, I saw that. Like, we don't have any papers because the dog ate our homework.
Oh, very convincing.
And it's the same thing with the whole the UK spending millions on a Kenyan sex bot. Like, listen, this is fraud.
Yeah.
It's not complicated. This didn't happen by accident. It's not even incompetence. It's fraud. This is a slush fund. Jesus.
Yeah. Sorry, it's like sneezing. Yeah, it's not even controversial to call it that.
Yeah. Like, it's not reasonable to believe that the UK government would have wasted £40 million on a Kenyan sex bot. It is reasonable to believe that somebody would have taken a few 100,000 out of that every step of the way, however.
To be fair, our government is fucking retarded.
See, it's the same example with that Danish woman who defrauded the government for 20 years. I believe that they're idiots.
What did she do?
Oh yeah, no, there was a Danish woman. She was organizing payments. And every time there was a payment that came across her desk, she just siphoned off $100 and put it in a bank account somewhere else.
Oh, it's like Office Space.
Yeah, and she just kept doing that for 20 years.
Treat. Can I smell your feet?
I don't want to endorse it, but kind of respect the game.
Because the thing is, you don't understand how little people in government either A, understand, or B,
Service guarantees
care
citizenship.
about the system they operate in.
Yeah. Well, there's literally no reason they should.
Yeah. There's no incentive. Okay, you have a
They're not gonna lose
payroll
money.
check. All you need to do is sign it. It is extra time and effort out of your day to check whether or not that is correct. And it's not your money.
Yeah, you're not going to lose any money, and you're literally not gonna like. It makes no difference if you do or don't.
Yeah. If you fuck it up, okay. What are they going to do? Fire you from the government? Best case scenario, they discover that you were incompetent, and they go, well, it's a lot of effort to fire you. How about you take this leadership position in Oxford instead?
Yeah, entirely possible. I hate the way our countries are run, man. I hate it so much. Anyway, let's carry on.
Dark Resurrect, what a year. Never have I ever become so jaded and full of hatred. Yeah, 2025 was fucking rough. What can I say? I had a realization just yesterday when I was making myself food. I was like, wow, this year was so long. Because normally I find myself around Christmas time like, wow, how did I get here? This year I was just like, God, it took a while to fucking get here.
You ignorant slut.
Yeah, yeah, it did actually, didn't it? The last couple of months seem to have been fairly slow.
Yeah, I mean, just everything. Eric suggests, Arch, could you introduce Sargon and Lumlum, 1963 sketch Dinner for One, and ask them same procedure as last year? Oh, so there's a British show that's called the Countess and the Butler. It's British. British people don't even know about it half the time, but it's a major cultural phenomenon in Norway for some reason.
Hmm.
And we watch it every year on New Year's Eve.
Well, I can't say that I have any idea about it.
Reverend Knowles, I wish us all a productive and prosperous 2026. Lads, summon up that Viking spirit once more. Marine Alva, I don't need to get GTA 6. I live in Seattle, where a meth head pulls a state trooper, rank of a lieutenant, out of her patrol car and take it for a Christmas day joyride. Okay. Renault's Art, you have an African shaman in your royal family. Not even we Swedes are that progressive. King Charles the Muslim. Bumrack Jones, Caliph Charles. God, I hope he's not actually. I genuinely do. That would be too bad. Harambe, I find it interesting that extraction looter games became culturally relevant right around the time when many companies switched to a similar economic model of scavenging and looting society. Yeah, maybe it's the masculine power fantasy of being the person looting society instead of having, it taken away from you. Walking Corpse, you spoke to angels all the way the prophet speaks to angels. Oh, I'm not kidding. She hosted an angel school where she was teaching other people to speak to angels. Like, the woman was crazy.
Well, hang on. At least she was doing something with the money. I mean, not like the Somalis.
That's
like,
true.
People are getting what they pay for, bro.
This was a different form of fraud.
I don't even know if they would consider it fraud.
Probably not. That's the problem.
They were speaking to angels. What were you doing? Nothing.
Baloney Soprano, what terrifies me is if ISIS were to detonate a nuclear device and kill 50 million Americans. Imagine how many people would forget about January 6th and how horrible it was. Dev. Short fast talking, probably. I feel like that's a play on the because there was a thing. There was a quote. I can't remember who said it or in the context, but
it was Norm Macdonald quote that.
Maybe it's like, oh, I'm really worried that a
is.
terrorist attack will happen in America and then the Middle East will suffer.
Yeah, it's a Norm Macdonald quote. What if ISIS detonate a nuclear bomb? Think of the backlash that kills 50 million Americans. Think of the backlash against peaceful Muslims.
Yes. It's a fantastic thing.
Oh, yeah, it's hilarious.
Another 1,000 Ider super chat from the Inner Circle. Thank you very, very much, sir. Thank you. Funny comments aside, this cargo called masculinity is something I observed in multiple countries, enough to be sure it's a global phenomenon. I blame social media and the crushing difficulty for young people to make a decent living. Well, absolutely, because I think Sargon made a good point here, where these people understand, or at least they are visually capable of recognizing masculinity, but they don't have any idea what masculinity is. It's kind of the same thing with that British show, Adolescence, right?
Yeah.
Where there doesn't exist a functional understanding of what it is to be a man. And in that case, all you've got to go on literally is the visual of it.
And the great thing about adolescence as well is you'll notice that the system, all it does is undermine the kid's dad at every point.
Yes.
Like the system is the thing that stands in his way, whether it's the teachers or the administration at the school or, whatever it is, the police. The system disempowers the man from being the person who solves the problems. And so he's fucking frustrated by the end of it. He feels like he's losing his mind. He doesn't know what to do, and nothing helps him. And it's like, yeah, that's literally the death of masculinity, killed by administration in the modern world.
Yes, and the only attempt at treating him is the feminine way. It is to put him in a room with a cold, uncaring, disassociating woman who stares at him judgmentally and asks him questions like, oh, did your dad beat you? What was your dad's view on masculinity?
No, if his dad had beaten him, he'd probably turned out better.
And even if the kid had, because at the end of the day, what caused the tragedy in adolescence was that the kid didn't understand how to handle rejection and bullying. And he never sought his dad's advice on this.
Nope.
As that would have been the correct thing.
Yeah, his dad should have been the ultimate authority figure, but his dad had been essentially diminished by the system.
Yes. The correct treatment was literally the other's fish in the sea speech here.
Yep.
Instead, the only thing he gets after he has committed the murder is, again, the woman. And I love the scene with the psychiatrist, because the entire scene is set up to make the child look scary, right? That's the entire point of the scene.
Yeah.
And
but he's not scary.
He's
a little kid.
Child.
Yeah. He's not scary at all.
And even then, he's physically domineering this woman who's just there as a block of ice.
Yeah. But she's the one who controls all the administrative power.
Yes.
She is the powerful person in the scene, and where it's framed as if we are to believe that the kid has all the power. So he doesn't have no power. And that's the thing. This is unbelievably frustrating to him.
She is the one who at any moment can have him restrained, have him locked up, who determines how long he will be arrested for, his stay in jail, whether he'll be tried as an adult or as a child. Every ounce of power in this situation is hers and hers alone.
And she's so totally unsympathetic to what he's going through.
Yes.
So callous.
The only emotion she displays after the confrontation is basically oh, that was so scary. Oh, I can't believe this 14-year-old child stood up in front of me.
What have I just gone through? I'm the victim here.
Oh,
This is literally what the argument is. I'm the victim here. You're not the fucking victim. You're the victimizer.
Yeah, it was a fascinating TV show.
It was. And the left are parading this around as if this is some sort of brilliant leftist piece of media. And it's it says a lot more than I think you realize it says, but carry on.
Well, that was the fascinating part of it, because it was held up as a leftist piece of media for 5 minutes, and then it disappeared from the public consciousness, because the majority of people who saw it came away, I swear to God, far more sympathetic of the kid than anything else.
Yeah. Because the kid is the only really sympathetic. Well, the dad is sympathetic as well, but it's a commentary on the state of men and boys in a feminist administrative society.
Yeah.
And holy shit, does it make the feminists look bad?
It does. Maranga 2, tell Sargon about the latest Trench Crusade drama. Witcher and Phoenix Point.
Oh, go on, what's happened there?
They've started copyright or trademark striking
Oh,
people
yeah,
for
no, I
using
know
terms like trench and crusade and heretic.
Yeah, you told me about this. Yeah, that's fucking lunacy.
Yep. Again, they're just bad people. Like
I can't believe these ex-Warhammer guys who left Warhammer were bad people all along.
Yeah, like they like JW has been building up to the copyright abuse for a while. These guys leapt to it within a year, and it's all greed. It's all greed. Because again, people make the argument like, oh, but they get to protect their intellectual property. I entirely agree. Maybe this is actually a good way of monetizing things. Like, okay, you want to do a thing in our setting, give us like 30% of what you make, and we'll slap an official logo on it. I am all aboard. But they didn't do that. They themselves declared this to be an agnostic tabletop game where anyone could use any models whatsoever.
What grounds do they have to make any kind of lawsuit after that?
Yes. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't care about their legal right. I care about the fact they lied to you, and now that they know they can earn money of it, they're stabbing you. Right in the back.
But moreover, like nothing was compelling them to be like, our game is miniature agnostic. No, your game is your game, man.
Yeah.
Don't fucking bullshit us.
Yeah, it was just them lying to get sales. And the moment they had your money, they screwed you. Like, okay.
Yeah. Just be clear. Nothing I ever produce will be miniature agnostic. Buy our fucking miniatures. No, look, totally up front, no. Yeah, we're not here to lie to you, we're not here to screw you over. This is going to be a fair trade. We're going to give you an amazing game, you give us some money. That's how it's going to work. Traditional business, like men. Like this fucking cowardice, man, it pisses me off. Like, just be fucking upfront about things, be honest.
Yeah. And hey, if you want to make something for our game, assuming we agree and it works within the setting, we'll talk about something.
And the answer will be no. No, I'm joking.
Whereas, again, like the Trench Crusade guys did the opposite. To get attention, to get sympathy, they claimed they would do none of the things they are now doing.
Yeah. Can't stand it, man. I can't stand this cowardly attitude.
Marine Alva, and further news, a man that murdered a girl back in 95 to keep her from witnessing and was released by clemency from the governor of Oregon in 23 for being 18 at a time, is now on the police oversight board in Salem.
What?
Okay.
Fucking hell.
Why not?
Who have you got overseeing police behavior? Well, a convicted murderer.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing with Saudi Arabia sitting on the UN Council for Women's Rights.
Yeah. It's fucking ridiculous. Okay, I couldn't make it up. But this is the thing. People are like, oh, why do you want to go back to a patriarchal world? It's because this doesn't happen under patriarchy.
Yeah, no,
the character of the people matters.
Patriarchy was a system where you simply put the person in charge who might do a good job.
Yeah.
Matriarchy, femininity, is so self-evidently a system for and in favor of the predators.
Yeah.
And they are the wolves overseeing the sheep flock.
The thing to remember about patriarchy is, and this underpins all of masculinity, is it's not for you. It's all a form of self-sacrifice. Right? That's the thing. Like, I work hard all day, every day for my wife and children. I don't do it for me, I do it for them. And that was the same for every other patriarch throughout all of history. It was always for other people that you held your position. And that's just not what we see in society anymore. I mean, Adolescence is a great summary of it. Like, she's not doing it for other people, she's doing it for herself. This is the thing with this clavicular guy. It's like he's doing it for himself. There's nothing masculine about this.
Yeah, and as the next super chat actually points out, Sujad, he's also infertile due to stress. Yes.
Well, do you want to go on to that?
Yeah, well, let's do that one.
Yeah, let's move on, because we've seen the sort of... There are bits in this Michael Knowles one where he says, he just comes out with internet jargon, about Looksmaxxing and, mandibles or something like that. And it's just like, man, what the fuck is this? You know, this is not why you're, you know, it's like I'm mocking some guy because of like, you know, upper mandible or whatever. It's like, okay, man, whatever, you know, like very internet.
So right now, I am infertile, but I'm not able to have a kid right
Like
now.
Sneako's
If I
face.
wanted to, there's a protocol I can put in place that'd be immediately good again.
Wait, why are you infertile right now?
So it's just like a negative feedback loop when you're, you know, not needing to produce testosterone anymore because your body realizes, okay, we're getting it from an exogenous
So you're not producing
source.
any testosterone naturally?
No.
None?
No.
And that too, like, how do you become masculine? Well, I pump testosterone into my body. What does that do to your body? Well, my body stops producing testosterone.
It made me infertile. Like, what?
So in an effort to become the perfect catamite, you are literally turning yourself into a woman.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, when he says infertile, he probably means he can't get a boner.
Probably, yeah.
Like this, like genuinely sounds like transgenderism.
Well, no, it really does come across as like he's trying to produce, like, I don't want to harp on this, but he's literally building himself to be the perfect catamite.
I know.
The catamite who hangs there, getting railed, while still remaining perfectly flaccid, so as to not cross any swords, you know?
It's kind of wild, isn't it?
Kind of. Yes, a little bit.
Like, and the thing is, note the thing. Oh, there are procedures I can put into place to reverse this when I want to finally get a boner. It's like, I mean, you know, they say that again with the transgender stuff. It's like, oh, it's completely reversible. Are you sure it's completely reversible? You're only 19. Have you actually tried reversing it just to have interest? Like, I'd be careful there. I mean, I wouldn't have done any of this, but you know, what do I know?
All right, let's do a little bit more of this.
I have
Really what I
lost.
advocate for, because again, with all these complexities, you could wind up putting yourself over. And
How so?
well, you know, take testosterone, for example. You could deal with hair loss issues. You could deal with acne. You could deal with gynecomastia. You have to really carefully manage a ton of different hormones and a ton of different interactions inside your body.
You have to forgive my ignorance. I know nothing about this. What is gynecomastia?
That is, you know, the glandular tissue and your nipples growing.
Yeah.
So
Developing boobs.
Yeah. Oh God, I just went and got drunk with my mates and, you know, tried it on with chicks. Like I didn't do any of this. You know, I want to play war games or, you know, video games with my mates or whatever. Didn't do any of this. I went skateboarding and rollerblading. Didn't do any of this.
And like literally, he is actually trying to turn himself into the perfect catamite. Like there's no other. It's
Yeah,
so
like
weird.
a Greek statue. You know,
It's
like he wants to be carved from marble or something. It's like, well, that's not being a man.
I'm worried about my tits growing too large, bro. I don't know if Patroclus will like me as much if my boobs start showing.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
I guess I think the term I've heard a lot of people use is. So
Yeah, no, I don't want that.
yeah, so you don't want that. That's what I mean. And you know, if people are just go around blasting tests without a comprehensive understanding of this stuff, that's what would happen. You know, but there are mechanisms that you could leverage to make
What,
sure
if you
this
take
doesn't occur.
testosterone, you grow boobs?
Apparently.
Huh. Maybe you shouldn't have taken anything to start with.
But once again, most people won't have the foresight to go about it the right way.
So when you learn all this stuff online and you're on all these forums and you say, okay, this is how I'm going to look really good, and you start getting the testosterone, what did
This
your
is the
parents
trans
ever?
stuff. This is the trans stuff. Where it's like, I went online, I thought I was a girl trapped in a boy's body, and so all of these people sent me these hormones, told me all these things that I could do, and I'm fucked.
Or object to that? Or
Yeah, they would take it away all the time. And
where did you get it?
Just on the internet. So yeah, there was like a time where I went like
Just on the
hypergonadal for
internet.
a month or two, just because they took my testosterone stash, but I made sure that never happened again.
Hypergonadal?
My testosterone stash.
Literally what they do with transgenders.
Literally.
Hypergonadal, like I didn't have any testosterone production, just for like a month or two. And that was probably the worst 2 months of my life.
Yeah.
You know, having zero male sex hormone, you have no libido, no sex drive. So yeah, just
Heresy's
making
the
sure to avoid
question.
that.
Fire is the answer.
This
Never been through it.
I just And all of this so that you can look like a woman.
Well, no. He's not trying to look like a woman. He's trying to look like a statue of a Greek, like, boy. Like, go to any museum and you'll find, statues of like 19-year-old slender boys, and it's like, wow, that's kind of gay. You can see why people are like, oh, the Greeks were gay. This kind of that's what he's going for.
Very important.
So your parents, you get into this on the internet. You order the drugs on the internet. You start taking the drugs. Your parents finally find out about this, and they say, "Hey, stop doing that." What did they tell you?
Well, they would just take it away, say no more steroids, like take away the Xbox Classic stuff.
Responsible. But should have turned off your internet connection.
I should have locked him in his fucking room for the rest of his life. Like, okay, your child has a drug problem. Like, you don't take away his Xbox. You send him to fucking rehab. You lock him away for a while. Like,
you get him off the fucking internet, man. This is the internet has cooked this kid.
Yes, like, hello there, child. You're clearly being groomed by a bunch of older men on the internet. Perhaps there are steps that can be taken.
But I'm just someone who, is willing to do whatever needs to be done. So I would just reorder it to a P.O. box instead. Like, a lot of people will come after my parents for the things that I did, but realistically, no one was stopping me. I was committed to my goal, and
okay, listen. Ordering things to a different P.O. box, like, all of this was stoppable by simply pulling the internet cable out.
But even then, it sounds like your parents did the right thing, or tried to anyway.
Tried, at least. They just didn't have a follow-through.
Yeah.
Let anyone get away.
So why was that your goal? Because I see the point on self-improvement, and ambitious young men want to improve themselves. But there are different ways you can improve yourself. There's the physical way, there's spiritual improvement, there's mental improvement, there's, I don't know, all sorts of improvement.
Right, but what's going to actually get you further in life? What's going to get you opportunities in the workplace? What's going to get you, dates, with prettier women? It's going to be looks 100 times over. And
this also is kind of intriguing, though, because what he's saying there, again, kind of feeds back to he's trying to attract power. He has made himself into the gold-digging woman who will take advantage of society via her looks.
Oh, that's so true. What was Justinian's wife called?
Shit.
I can't remember what her name was. Let me just look it up quickly. She was Theodora, right? Theodora was apparently, she was a whore, but apparently she was unbelievably beautiful. Unbelievably beautiful. And the point of her life was literally she became the empress by literally attracting power in exactly the way you're talking. And at one point, there was, I don't know, some revolution or whatever, the revolution in the Colosseum with the greens and the blues or whatever it was. And her and Justinian was like, right, we've got to flee the capital. And she was like, I'd rather die as an empress than flee. And so Justinian sends in the troops and cracks down, right? And they kill them all. But like, she literally is that is the path you're describing there. I become so beautiful, power comes to me.
Yeah. And that is an interesting way of interacting with the modern society, because he's kind of realized, okay, as a man, my career paths are basically blocked. The old men who are already in position will be in positions of power tomorrow, but nobody else is going to come up after them. They're not going to let them. So my only opportunities are to either absolutely excel in my field, to become a 1 in a million level success, or more than that, 1 in a billion level success, or I'll simply become attractive to those who already have that success.
Fire is the answer.
That's a great point. If you need to get, okay, it's a bunch of older men who occupy the positions of power, well, I can't outcompete them, but... but I do have options here.
Yes. I'll never outcompete Jeff Bezos. However...
that doesn't mean...
he might want something different in a few years' time.
That's a great point.
There's really
no denying
that.
You can't even judge him for the strategy. It's like, yeah,
No, like it makes sense.
They're but for
like,
the grace of God.
again, if you live in a world where you know that your career paths are artificially curtailed because of your gender, because of your skin color, but you also know there's a bunch of old men who will remain cemented in their positions for the next 50 years, well, fuck, why not?
Yeah, what's your plan?
I mean, literally, it's worked for women. That's
Yeah,
literally
exactly.
what the women have done. They've gained positions of power and privilege precisely via these means for millennia.
And literally, the girl bosses all, rule the roost or whatever. It's like, well, what strategy can the men adopt? What's the one that's left? It's the only avenue they've got left to move through.
I mean, you've heard the meme, men make better women than women do. That's kind of what he's doing here. He's positioning himself as the more ambitious femboy that's willing to do more stuff to gain attention. He's willing to do the drugs. He's willing to do the workout, the facial therapy, do meth to stay thin.
Yeah. I mean, good for him, I guess. He's getting the results.
Yeah. He's decided to compete with the women at their own game. And, Jesus.
And yeah, who's he getting attention from? Men.
Yeah.
Non-stop male attention. Ladies, this is all male attention that could be going to you, but it's not. It's going to the Catamite.
Yep.
Like, he's been all over my fucking timeline all week.
Yes.
And it's just like, okay, why are we talking about this kid?
The Catamite is currently in the middle of out-competing the vast majority of women. The Catamite just hit a guy on camera in his Cybertruck and was caught saying, "Hey, bro, is he dead? I hope so." And no charges.
But this is literally a level of privilege only women had before as well.
Yes.
Like, it's women who are like, oopsie, woman moment.
Whoops, I didn't run over that guy, but he was bothering me.
I have lost.
He's actually kind of managed to reach that level hitherto known only by women.
That is wild.
A lot of the recent, self-report studies we've seen, like, research from the dating apps that's been released. So I would say that looks is just the most important metric, and it's arguably one of the easier things that you could maximize.
What's very interesting about what you said is...
But hang on. Right, we probably won't get to him talking about J.D. Vance in this, but later on, at some point, he says, no, I'll vote for Gavin Newsom over J.D. Vance, because J.D. Vance is subhuman. And Michael Knowles is just like, what? And it's like, okay, how did J.D. Vance become the vice president? If any of what you were saying is true.
Well, again, though, like this also, like, you gotta remember, he's doing this for his own reasons, right? Well, out of J.D. Vance or Gavin Newsom, who does he have the best chance of becoming a Catamite of?
Who seems most straight out of J.D. Vance and Gavin Newsom? Great question. Who do you think has had the gay experience, J.D. Vance or Gavin Newsom? That's a great question.
The femboy is simply looking at his two alternatives to reach political power and picking the most likely.
Because I mean, like, you could easily believe that Gavin Newsom did something fucking gay in the showers with the other jocks. Very easy to believe that. J.D. Vance, probably not.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll get back to all these ultimate goals, but just on the dating point, you say, look, what matters in dating is looks. Mm-hmm. And that has been true for all of history to some degree, but I think it's truer today.
And that's the thing, though. That has been true for all of history, correct. But for which gender?
Yeah. Because I tell you what, man, I'm a very normal looking guy, and I've always been fine when it comes to getting girls. I've never not been able to get a girlfriend when I've wanted a girlfriend. And I know so many guys who are just like me, totally normal looking guys, and we're all married, we've all got kids, like, we've all got wives and houses, and we're totally normal. It's like, what the fuck, it can't be that through all of history, it was just impossible to get a girl unless you were like some super good looking Chad. There must have been some other metric that was in play.
And again, he's styling himself to be the woman in this scenario.
Yeah, completely.
than
Yeah,
it was 30 years ago. Because I'll give you an example. I went to a prestigious university where you got a lot of guys who graduate. I'm talking about the parents of my classmates. A lot of the guys, they don't look good, but a lot of them become very rich. And we would sometimes joke that the girls who went to this school looked kind of like aliens because they had these supermodel moms and these like fat, ugly dads. But the dads were really rich. And so, listen, it's a little bit of a stereotype. Plenty of people did not fit the stereotype. But when you think of
A lot of people did.
generations past, there are plenty of not so great looking guys who ended up with beautiful women for reasons of, social rights and rituals, for reasons of money, for reasons of class status, for reasons of profession, whatever.
And he's aiming to become the woman who ends up with that guy.
Yeah, he's aiming to literally outcompete them.
They didn't have the dating apps.
Mhm.
And so even that, you get into Looksmaxxing because of the online forums, you get the drugs for Looksmaxxing because of the internet marketplaces, and you say the reason I need to Looksmax is because all the dating takes place online where you're reduced to a picture.
Right. Of course. And that's something that often gets brought up to me. And here's my response to the whole thing about money would be,
Are
what's
you
more
ready
likely
to
for
wreck
the
this
average
yellow
guy? Because
mare's
I think
fluttery,
of things in
fluttery
sociological
butt?
terms. I think that's very interesting to me to just look at men across a society. What's more likely? Someone to ascend from maybe, slightly below average to above average through Looksmaxxing, or for them to achieve that desired amount of wealth for a supermodel to date them?
Most guys get married, even now.
Well, that's also where he says, like, for a supermodel to date them.
Well, okay,
So-
you don't date a supermodel. I confess, I haven't married a supermodel. I like my wife.
And that kind of becomes the thing. Like, a lot of the entire incel movement is a fascinating little extrapolation from this, where the internet has done things to people's
Here's the
expectations for
Fire
both
is the
genders.
answer.
Yeah, this is so true.
And, like, again, which is why this guy is... He's setting himself up to exist in a very different world. Like, that's what I mean. Like, he does have some points when he's saying, like, okay, but it's all dating apps, and what's most likely? Am I going to get rich? Am I going to be one out of 1 in a million people to become a millionaire? Or do I look good in a picture?
You know what? A great example is Pete Davidson. Are you familiar with him?
I'm not.
Google him.
Pete Davidson.
Get a picture of him up.
Say... don't even know if this is the correct guy, but I'll find out.
Yep. That guy shags unbelievably beautiful women.
Does he
Does
have
he
a
look
lot of
like
money?
No, he does not. He shags unbelievably beautiful rich women, though. Does he look like he's Looksmaxxing?
Davidson, an American comedian, actor, and writer.
How do you think he's getting all these unbelievably beautiful women?
Comedian?
There we go. He's charismatic. Like, it's so weird that I know. In fact, it would be weird if this guy's goals were the same as your goals, right? You'd be like, why doesn't he understand that women can be charmed? But of course, he's taking the place of the women. He's not trying to charm women. So obviously, this isn't something that bothers him. But like Pete Davidson, like you wouldn't believe the fucking women he shagged and he's had relationships with. And it's just like, he's not Looksmaxxing, bro. He's just, he is actually trying to get women, right? He's not trying to replace women. And one way of getting women is just being charming. Just make them like you.
Which again just reinforces the point that he's trying to replace women, not to get them.
Just seems like, we should be telling people to go the looks route.
Why?
Because it's easier. It's more realistic.
Is it?
Well, there, of course, also, I guess, becomes the question, though. What's easier? Becoming charismatic or looking good?
Well, honestly, developing a sense of humor is way easier than looking good.
Is it?
Yeah. I've been trying to look good for years, and all I've got is this stupid sense of humor.
But see, like, we talked about YouTube a while ago, and the fascinating thing about YouTube is that so many people try YouTube. 99% never get anywhere on YouTube. Like,
Yeah.
the stats are fucking crushing. Like, it's It's genuinely depressing. So, and since YouTube is near solely like a medium based on personality or wits in terms of like writing skits, etc., or indeed in some cases looks, but more for the female side of things, it seems as if that charisma is a far rarer resource than we understand.
Yeah, but I mean, like, every guy's got fucking girlfriends, man. Like this, it can't be that so fucking rare. Like, not being a superstar with your charisma, maybe, but like, being charismatic enough to get a girlfriend is clearly not that rare.
But is it a supermodel girlfriend?
Well, no. Obviously, I'm just talking about getting a normal girlfriend.
Is it cheap to Looksmaxx, or does it cost money?
It's just more achievable. People with...
I'm just saying, how much do these drugs cost?
Not much. It's not really that difficult. It's more of a time investment, but someone is likely going to lack the intellect to be able to achieve the status max, to achieve, income max. So just across the society, I would say we should be advocating for looks.
I'm not sure I agree with you. That it's easy.
Hang on. Oh, yeah. We're so famous as a society for not valuing beautiful people.
Yeah, I think we're there already.
Yeah.
I guess what he's saying is that we should encourage more people to go that route, I guess.
We've got fucking entire industries built around it.
Well, yes and no. See, the fascinating thing is also, of course, you've got an enormous cosmetic industry for women. The equivalent for men is quite tiny, and that is because, as men, we find it, well, dishonorable at the very least.
Fucking gay.
Yes.
But this is the thing. He's like, I don't know if you've seen the videos of him justifying wearing makeup. It's just basically, it allows me to Looksmaxx better. Like, and this is just literally every woman's reason. It's the same with the filters. Women wear filters and become like emotionally dependent on seeing themselves in the filters. Why? Because it just makes them feel better. Like, they think they've accomplished their goal.
Multiple
source looks my form so discussed now from wear product like concealer, BB cream, whatever the fuck that is, eyeliner, and eyelash curlers. Cosmetic tweaks with makeups. Concealer, BB cream, photos, responsive, deny. Makeup artist says eyeliner, concealer.
It's just a woman's makeup routine.
And like, there's the thing too. Like, yes. Makeup exists. Makeup works.
Service guarantees
the stuff women do with makeups, and I guess it is. Part of me is thinking like, okay, but is it unreasonable to utilize the tools at your disposal to gain societal power, which is what you gain by being pretty? And the barrier between men using it too is literally, no, that's gay, that's dishonorable, that's deceptive.
It's unmanly.
Yes.
But if you don't care about manliness because you're playing the opposite role, what difference does it make to you?
If you're already adopted yourself to the role of woman, what the fuck does that matter? What does any of that mean?
That's not a critique.
Like, oh, it's deceptive. Well, allow me to introduce you to the history of women for the last 2 million years.
Also, I'm taking hormone replacement therapy anyway. Like, nothing about me is authentic or real.
A weird fucking place.
Easier to look better than it is to make some money or do well in your job or what have you. I mean, there are plenty of people at the top of their profession, whatever that profession is, blue collar, white collar, people who would be considered by some metric elite, who are not that intelligent, who probably don't have a very high IQ, but who work very hard, who are clever, who are scrappy, who are hustlers.
Well, or are simply lucky. Like, this is another thing, right? The idea of simply work hard and you'll do well. Like, I'm sad to say, no. You cannot succeed without working hard, but working hard in and of itself is no guarantee of success. It'll raise your chances by a lot, surely a fuckload more than not working hard.
Heresy's the question.
It's also worth quantifying what success is, right? You work hard and you have a half-decent job. That's fairly achievable for most people, or at least it was before straight white men were actively discriminated against.
Yes. Like, because it's also the idea of success. And YouTube has yet again been a beautiful example of this, where the idea of success on YouTube is having 1 million subscribers plus, of earning assloads of money, living in a mansion. This is why you see many of like the young influencer types on social media renting out massive apartments and going like, oh, I totally live here. Look at how successful I am.
Yeah.
Whereas in reality, if you can make a living off YouTube, you're a successful YouTuber. Like,
yeah,
it's that simple. I've lost my train of thought now. I forgot where I was coming from this.
I don't know. Should we move on to some of the other clips since we're getting on a bit of time?
Yes. Which clips were you thinking of?
Well, I just DM'd you a bunch if you just want to pull them up. Like, there's one where he sat with Nick Fuentes.
All right.
It's worth, gives you more into his mindset.
Up.
I think
yes, I'm getting on Tren. We're going to do a protocol.
Not Tren. So the thing about steroids that happens to a lot of people is you talk about steroids, they're good.
And this too, is this not the perfect image of the catamite? And the successful one? Especially...
It's just, like, he looks just very feminine.
Yeah, like this, you've got Nick Fuentes on the side there, looking at him in that way, and then you've got... I'm just saying there's a reason why people have accused him of liking catboys in the past.
Yeah.
But if you do them right, but you really have to give people the most comprehensive, cycle and advice, or else they'll turn to shit. Steroids, if you just use testosterone without any of the cycle support and the blockers, you're going to descend. You're going to looks minimize rather than looks maximize. Your hairline's going to fall out.
Get a giant head.
Yeah. So do you have any interest in looks, or are you just going to go?
I don't know. What would I do? So if I'm Looksmaxxing, what am I going to do? What's my first move?
We talked about the age a little bit. How's the hairline?
My age?
So
my hairline. I have a V-shaped hairline, but it's not receding.
No, it's always been like that.
Yeah.
Is that cool?
Since I was young. No, for real. Ever since I was in 8th grade, my hairline's a V.
Okay, well,
but it's going strong. I mean, it's thick. It's full.
For 26, yeah, it's.
Dude,
I don't even mean it. I
never get old, kids. It's highly overrated. Never get old.
I don't even.
Well, hang on. Like, my hair's strong for 26. Is that who doesn't have a full head of hair at 26?
Well, a lot more people today.
I guess so.
It's also that, like, the hairline thing is one of those fascinating little aspects that has been kind of blown up in modern society. Because, the receding hairline thing, you can usually just look at your father and you'll know pretty much exactly what your hairline's going to look like.
Yeah.
And there's all kinds of these attempts to try and hide it. Like, Nick even has the hairstyle hair where he's growing out his hair in the front to kind of drape it over.
Do you think that's what's behind that Zoomer sort of haircut?
I think so. Like, the reason why a lot of people wear their hair like this is to kind of try and hide the hairline itself. And it's because of the fear that it'll recede and recede and recede and they'll be bald, etc.
Yeah, but that happens. Like, I'm 46 and, my hair's going up at the sides and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
Like,
That's literally just what happens. But
I might get hair implants, though, just out of vanity, to be honest.
It is this fascinating fight against it, and how this has become kind of like a symbol of youth, almost.
Well, I mean, it is, but it's also a symbol of inexperience and sort of. I mean, they are right. They are. I think they do have a point with the hair thing. To be fair, losing your hair makes you look less attractive by a long way.
But if you really
were 26, I'm young. I'm a young man. I'm a young guy.
So who looks older?
I'm a kid.
Chat, who looks older?
I'm a kid at heart.
I think he looks younger than me, which is problematic. So, but the thing is, if you really wanted to restore that, hypothetically, to even have it straight, even grow further than it's ever been in your life, you could use something called minoxidil. It's an oral pill. You could go to your doctor, or you could just buy it on the internet.
Damn.
I'll leave that up to you.
My hair's fine. Okay, it's just what else besides my hairline? What's my first move? Do I go on testosterone? Do I get a jaw surgery?
I don't think you need a jaw surgery.
I would need to get taller. I would need the leg lengthening surgery. That'd be my first move, I think, right?
Oh God, the leg lengthening surgery. That is such a fucking horror thing.
I know. I can't even think about it. It makes my fucking stomach turn.
It is absolutely unbelievably grotesque. Like,
yeah.
Okay, chat. So to ruin some of yours fucking dinners here.
It's absolutely grotesque. I was like, right, strap in. I'm going to show you every gory detail.
So there is a surgery where they literally they break your bone. They saw through your bone, okay, in your leg, insert like a rod or like a fastener, because oh my Jesus. They pinned this in place with more metal pins through your bones. As they literally do this. They literally drag your bone apart, and then the hope is that new bone will grow in. And that is a fucking roll of the dice, by the way, whether or not that even happens.
I mean, that just sounds so fucking painful, doesn't it?
Oh, it is unbelievably painful. Like, it's one of the most painful things you can do. And it's got a recovery period of like
get off this
year.
fucking get off the screen. I don't know why this. It must be because, you know, whenever you bang your shin, it's fucking painful. But it must be that. Like, oh man, just horrible.
Yes.
Can't take it.
It's got a recovery period of more than a half a year at least, and then like a year to 2 years until full recovery. And during this period, you are in enormous fucking pain because your leg has been snapped in half.
Yeah. Fucking hell, man. I tell you what, just learn to be charismatic, guys. You know, get a trade, get some money, and just accept that you're not going to marry a supermodel and marry a girl who's nice and likes you. But it's totally feasible, totally doable. I promise. There are still women out there who actually like normal men and will be happy with you. Don't fuck
You can do
yourself
that,
up.
or you could stuff the insults into your shit.
I could what? Oh, insults? Dude,
Yeah.
But that's so... If you ever get caught with that, you're done forever. Zero aura. If you ever get caught with lifts...
Dude, yes.
So the plan is the double jaw surgery.
And that
What are they saying there?
Like, okay,
insole.
insoles in your shoes to make
Oh,
you
the
taller.
shoes. Right. Yeah.
And he is making the counterpoint that if you get caught with that, you're socially dead.
Yeah. You look cringe. Yeah, sure.
But the thing
He says,
is,
casually slipping the insoles out of his shoes.
as he does.
Yeah.
But of course, the original users of high-heeled shoes were men.
Mm-hmm.
This is something that the women stole from us.
Bitches. I didn't know that. But I should have guessed.
This was
Did women invent high heels? Why did I think they invented high heels?
Yeah, it was a huge part of male fashion, like 1500s. This was just what you did.
Well, you know, short kings got to compensate.
Can
You
I
know.
smell your feet?
Because being tall and physically imposing has indeed always been a bit of a male thing.
It's always been attractive to women.
Yeah. And then for some reason, the women decided, no, I want that. And here we are, stuck, needing to do ridiculous leg surgery to compete.
I just can't get over it, man.
And that brings it forward and makes it wider and bigger?
Forward and down.
And
so
down.
A down graph, yeah.
Giga Chad.
Yeah.
And also, by the way, the jaw thing, yeah, no, same thing. They literally just need to break the fuck out of your jaw and then lengthen it and then hope that bone will grow again. Like, it's just,
No, thank you. I'm fine with my jaw.
Like, it's actually the same as, like, gender surgery, where they just bore a hole in your pelvis. Like, here's a device to hold this open forever.
It's so weird, though. Like this.
I have lost shit.
I don't know, man. I just can't understand. Like, Like what? What? Can't you just be normal? Just get a fucking girlfriend, man. If that's this is obviously really bothering you guys, right? So I don't know, man. Different fucking era. I'm a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Jawline, and
that's the plan.
Then you're gonna max out more of the physique,
Yeah.
and then you enter into
whatever passions. Yeah, because I mean, I'm still a young guy. A lot of people don't know because I have a beard, but I'm only 19 years old.
That's crazy. Yeah, you called me Unk.
Yeah.
He's like, how old are you? I'm like 26. He's like, I didn't know you're that old.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, okay, out of pocket for no reason, catching strays.
It's
No,
over.
it's okay. I'm Unk. It is over. It's so over.
But you look younger than me, though.
Thanks. It's true. No, I'm kidding.
You can love or hate Nick, but he's dedicated to the craft. Like, this is like a real one right here. Whether you agree or not, you have to at least acknowledge that.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. You too. You're a real Looksmaxxer.
Yeah, 07s.
All these other 07s in the chat. All these other soft Looksmaxxers. I just think they're pussies.
Dude, yeah, man.
Raw meat. Try steroids.
Yeah, that's
See, what are you afraid of?
Exactly.
I'm not gonna try steroids for the record.
Yeah, well, definitely don't try.
I'm gonna get roided up though.
A truke right there. Truth nuke.
Truke. Major truke. Yeah, someone said what you're doing is Faustian.
Really?
Yeah, because you're like going beyond. You're like reaching outside. You're using the latest science, modifying yourself with surgery. Even though you're, in a way, you might be, you said this the other day, you might be like destroyed in the process. Like it might take years off your life, but it is about going beyond.
It has to be done, dude. I'm willing to push the limits so far on what's necessary because just like the times that we're living in, man, it's crazy.
That's who we are. That's our DNA. That's what we do.
That literally is our DNA.
And there's the important part too, that because of the times we are living in.
Interesting. Yeah.
Because he's not doing this for himself. He's not doing this to get a girl. He wouldn't do this normally. But in the times we're living in, guess what the best path to success is? It's to make yourself attractive to other men.
To older men, yeah. Yeah, no, that's a great point, man. That's exactly what is happening here.
So I don't know if I can find this, but I spotted. So there was a thing on Twitter just today. I'll see if I can find it, where there was a rumor that Clavicular had been gifted a $5 million penthouse by Aiden Ross.
Who's Aiden Ross?
Some influencer guy, I think. I don't even fucking know half of these people anymore either.
No, I don't know who that is.
But if that is true, well, that's basically what we're talking about. What is the shortest path to success? Well, it is to attract the attention of the older male. I mean, hell, what is this, if not exactly that?
Yeah, that's right. That's absolutely right. That's exactly right. Jesus Christ, so weird.
Like, okay, so he gets interviewed again by oh god, we were just watching it and his name escapes me.
Michael Knowles.
Michael Knowles, yeah. Interviewed by Michael Knowles. Then he goes down to sit down with Nick Fuentes.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And would either of them have done this if he didn't? Looksmaxx?
Yeah. I mean, that's the only reason he's fucking famous, right?
Yeah. Well, then, because he ran over a guy with the Cybertruck.
Yeah, but you already had an audience before that.
Yeah.
Like, you had like, I don't know, 200,000 or something on Instagram. Again, being Instagram famous as a young man is a bit of a weird thing. Bit of a weird tale, isn't it? Like that's the woman's social media network.
Yeah, but when he then says, like, in the days we are in, where I'm not going to compete with these entrenched individuals, the best way for me to get ahead is to get in their good graces instead.
Well, I mean, can't even argue with it, frankly.
I can't even argue with it. And I do also like, so you linked this thing too.
Yeah, so Nick Fuentes posted on Telegram about this, and I find this very interesting. Just to be clear, I actually don't mind Nick Fuentes. Like, a lot of people, don't like him, but I don't mind him. And so I'm not, like, trying to call him out or anything, but I found the tone of this very interesting in one way, because it felt like I was being personally attacked, right?
Well, this right here is a man defending his girlfriend. That's what this is.
Yeah.
That's what this feels like to me.
Yeah. It does kind of come across that way.
So
you want to read it?
Yeah, right-wing take sellers who feel the need to counter-signal Andrew Tate or now Clavicular in any way are a disease. So these are two very different individuals too, coming from very different directions.
Yeah, exactly right. They're all just the same thing now, apparently.
Yeah, so now we're muddying the waters a little bit to go like, no, my new catamite is not actually that. He's actually quite masculine, please. We live in an era of total gynocracy and feminism. Society is being completely dismantled by girl bosses and their pussy-worshipping collaborators. And all of these based dads and other old piece of shit can only ever find the balls to get preachy about other men who reject the Matrix.
Okay, so this is interesting because a lot of the sort of like base dad types he's calling out here also fucking hate feminism.
Yes,
like
in
we've
fact,
also been like we don't want women in positions of power. Like this is actually not a new or like unusual thing. Like I don't know who he is actually addressing with that.
No, well, again, because this is cope. This literally is irrational defense of your new love interest. Because the base dads are the reason why your movement even exists, Nick. Literally, the ground floor of the current anti-feminist movement was gamers going like, fuck, I don't want more gays in my video games.
I don't want women in my video games.
Yeah. Oh, I also found it, by the way. So here's the one. Clavicular shows off his new $5 million penthouse reportedly gifted to him by Aiden Ross.
Fucking hell.
So,
look, man, when a guy gives a girl a $5 million penthouse, that girl is giving something up.
Yes.
She's handing something over, right? Like this isn't no strings attached.
No, this comes with expectations of,
and that's normal. It's the way things have always been between men and women.
Between men and women, or their catamites.
Man and his love boy.
Because the base dads are the entire reason why this happens. People being pissed off that their video games and entertainment was taken away from them is the only reason this even occurred.
Yeah,
and it has preached far more effectively to the general public than any amount of Christian conservatism or extreme right-wingism. It has done far more to connect the general populace with the right wing than any other force so far.
Agreed.
He continues, I'm a spiritually dead old fart who has reached the end of the male life cycle. I have no vitality and nothing interesting to say, which I love this part because this comes after he's been sat in a room with the 19-year-old Looksmaxxer and feeling old.
But also, sorry, what was that? I have no vitality. Sorry, that guy can't get a fucking erection, mate. Like, you're literally sat there with an infertile 19-year-old and you're saying other people are lacking vitality?
Yeah.
Come on. And like you're literally talking to dads. Like they've literally procreated. They are vital, Nick. Come on, bro.
Yeah. I cower in the face of complete, can't say that word on YouTube, Jewish power and prosperous futurism. I have implicit contempt for all younger men, but all of you whippersnappers need to listen to my little sermons about masculinity and stop paying attention to any guy with testosterone because that makes me feel bad.
But he doesn't have testosterone. He literally has to inject it.
Yes, he literally doesn't actually produce any. It comes from a bottle.
He literally says this in his fucking interviews. And moreover, like, it's not that we're contemptuous of young men either. That's the thing. I'm actually very concerned, like, that this guy was groomed online by a bunch of fucking weirdos to the point where he's ruined his hormone cycle in some sort of pseudo-transgender operation. Like, this is fucking terrible.
And here's the thing, too. Assume for a moment, I just fucking hate young men. All of them. Just unreasoning hatred. Would you rather be represented by me, who just hates you for reasons, or by the guy who goes, listen, if you suck that man's cock, he'll give you a penthouse?
Yeah.
Personally, I'll take the fucking hatred, honestly.
And moreover, this is a very emotional and womanly defense, right?
Yeah.
Like, not only is it illogical, but he's essentially accusing us of misogyny.
Yes. Well, you're
But for
coming
young
after
men?
my boy wife. How dare you?
Yeah, but no, but it's not just that though. It's exactly the same structure. Oh, you just hate women.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's the reason I was against women in my video games. I
Like,
just hate
listen,
women.
you're not a virile man. You can't appreciate a good bit of boy love.
I mean, I guess not. I just sleep in a big bed with my wife. I'm sorry. Like all I hear is this fuck. You remember that bit in The Simpsons where Kirk Van Alten's like, "Oh, do you sleep in a race car bed?" And Homer's just like, "I sleep in a big bed with my wife," and it's just like, oof, just fucking oof, because that's true and actually the good manly thing to be doing. And so it's just like, yeah, but you're not even with the infertile catamite. It's like, no, I'm in bed with my wife.
He proceeds, I guess real masculinity isn't about being rich, powerful, sexually successful, or virile. It's when you retreat to your little man cave to play with your dollies when your wife lets you off the hook from the dish duty.
Well, hang on a second, Nick. I have the freedom to do that because I am successful.
And sexually successful.
Yeah.
Your boy wife doesn't want to be sexually successful. That's not his purpose.
He's literally made himself infertile, mate.
Yeah, and he's not virile, and he's not powerful either, nor is he rich just yet. He's doing quite well for himself, but
even then, he's the kept man. He's
Yes.
like the woman. Like, all the meme of like, oh, how does a woman become a billionaire? Well, she divorces her husband.
Yep. And that's how he will become rich.
Yeah.
Like, this really does come across as literally the defense of your young nubile boy wife.
But this is a very feminine form of argumentation as well.
Uh-huh.
Like, all of the things here sound like projection. They're all not true. It's like, oh, look at you with your wife and your hobbies and your family life. Oh, you can't even have sex? You can't even be successful? If I can have a stay-at-home wife and I can afford to play Warhammer, my God, I must be a fucking economic genius. You know what I mean? In this day and age, like, they are absolute markers of success.
Yep. Don't listen to a famous professional fighter with supercars who's extremely entertaining and influential. Listen to this quaint little doofus football fan.
Well, I mean, I agree with him there. I actually think Andrew Tate does have a lot of useful things to say. This isn't like the Nigel Farage thing that got Farage in trouble. He's like, well, look, he's actually an important voice to men. Tate has real world experience. Now, you might not want to actually endorse the way he gained a lot of his experience as a pimp, but like, okay, at least he has been in the real world, right? Andrew Tate wasn't Looksmaxxing as a catamite.
No. Andrew Tate's failure as a male, as a man, a masculine, isn't because of that. Okay, so he's rich and successful. Fantastic. How did he gain it?
Yeah.
And was it in an honorable way? No.
Yeah.
Does he fight honorably? No. Is anyone confused about that? No. He is a dishonorable individual, and everyone recognizes him as that. Is that a good role model for men? Is that a path that will lead to long-term success?
No, but no one says Andrew Tate is not a man.
No,
Andrew Tate is very obviously a very manly man, and that's normal. That's fine. The Andrew Tate's problem is moral.
Yes. Which also then feeds into masculinity, because here's the thing. The definition here of masculine is rich, powerful, sexually successful, or virile. I think those are aspects, but the far more important core part of masculinity must surely be what it represents. The family, the ability to maintain a society, the honor part of it. And I think it's especially because this was the adolescence kind of breakdown, wasn't it? Andrew Tate as a figure. Okay, well, Andrew Tate are these things, but do we look at Andrew Tate and think he's a good man?
And moreover, like, this is nothing about responsibility, right? As you say, like, is he rich, or what were the other things? Sorry, is rich,
powerful, sexually successful, or virile?
Yeah, well, the thing is, all of those are things that a woman can be, right? Like they can also describe women, rich, powerful, sexually successful, like Marilyn Monroe or something, right? Like these are not necessarily restrained to men. It's about taking responsibility. The one thing women can never do. That's the mark of a man. And is the Catamite taking responsibility? Is any of this about taking responsibility?
No, the Catamite is obviously simply someone who has found a way to survive in the current world by adopting the most successful survival tactic, which just so happens to be the female one.
And going back to the beginning of Nick's statement, we live in a totally feminized society. Yes, we do.
Yes.
Feminism conquered all. That's correct. And that's why we have Catamites now.
Yeah. And so how are you successful in a feminized society? Well, by becoming a better woman than the other women around you.
Yeah. But that's the total capture of masculinity by feminism. We should be rejecting everything about the worldview.
Instead, this guy has chosen to embrace it for personal gain. And hey, $5 million penthouse.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying he wasn't successful. I haven't got a $5 million penthouse, I'll tell you that.
No, not at all.
I also don't have to shag whatever that streamer's name was, though, so,
That's true.
Swings and roundabouts.
All right. Let me get onto the super chats then. As we've gone through most of this, I think Baloney Soprano. Women care much more about the height than body. In some weird evolutionary thing like that woman in LA who complained that she ran out of guys on Hinge after seeing her minimum height to 6'2", excluding 95% of the men population off the bat.
Oh. Yeah, I think this is a fairly minor percentage of women, though. There's probably like a percentage of like ultra hot women who are like, I want a tall guy. Okay, fair enough. And if you're not a tall guy, yes, you're automatically excluded from that. But also, move on. Like, if you get hung up on that, then that's you, right? Because I've known loads of guys who are short, but they've had unbelievably good-looking women. I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? And it's about the fact that they are charismatic and attentive. They show the woman that she is the important thing in their life, and women respond well to that.
Yeah. The inner circle. I don't believe a man would attract all the men by being attractive as a man. I'd rather be... Shit, thank you.
Well, I mean, that's literally what's happening.
Well, I think he's saying that he wouldn't want to attract all the men as a man.
Right.
And yeah, I sympathize.
Well, yeah. But like, also, there's something weird going on here as well, right? Because there should be a kind of patronage network between older men and younger men, but it should be through employment, right? It should be through apprenticeships. It should be through, older men stewarding younger men through the system and allowing them to find their place as protectors and providers. But that's not what's happening here. What's happening here is the younger men are like, okay, we're just going to have to become very dainty flowers, so the older men will give us £5 million or $5 million penthouses.
Yes, and that is because that tutelage doesn't exist. In fact, it's the exact opposite. There was that wonderful article a little while ago which explained how this happened in media, in entertainment, movies, television, everything, where all of the old men were told, listen, diversity, liberalism, you believe in these things, you have to give diversity a chance. And they all thought, oh, well, okay, these are things I believe. Yeah, I have to do this. And so they did, which created that large generational gap between younger men and older men. And now that we are in the society that has already been stratified based on race and gender, well, who are these guys? Who's going to pull them up? Nobody.
Yeah, And so what are the options here? Well, you got to go the clavicle route.
Yep. That is how do you achieve the attention of those older men? Pulling your butt cheeks apart is certainly one way.
There's something so feminine about Nick's defense, though. I can't get it out of my mind. Like, this is just, it's, like a screeching woman trying to wind you up, trying to trigger your defensive reactions and to make you emotional. Like, there's something very feminine about this line of attack. It's not even saying that we're incompetent. It's saying that we are envious, right?
I suppose so.
It's like, don't listen to famous press provider. Remember these oafs who did the exact same thing to Trump? Well, I mean, Nick was against Trump. Nick campaigned against Trump.
All of this is forgotten by now.
And he campaigns against Vance now. And that clavicle guy's like, I'd vote for Newsom because he mogs. It's like, right. But I mean, Vance was literally, wasn't he like a Marine?
I believe so.
Like, JD Vance would be the living daylights out of Gavin Newsom. What the fuck are we talking about? Mogs? I'd love to see him go at it. Like, that'd be great. But notice how that's not the concern, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, being able to win a fight, I would have thought is a traditionally masculine concern. But there we go.
Deadpool Kid 12, here's where the right fails. They can't understand why men and boys are failing because there's lack of strength, guidance, discipline, heroism, brotherhood, and of course rites of passage. The left vilify men, boomer right will blame men.
Yeah, that's true. That's totally true. Like, and I just want to be clear. I'm sure we've made this clear, but let's be explicit. This isn't their fault. They were born into this system. This has been done to them.
Yes. Like, at the end of the day, you can, and we have as well, I'll take that on our responsibility, mock Clavicular for what he is doing here. But are you going to argue this isn't going to be a successful strategy?
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, what can you say?
Yeah.
Like, he's definitely going to achieve his goals here. He already has.
Yeah, he's not wrong. Absolutely. Will it attract attention from the people he wanted from? Yes, as demonstrated.
Where's your $5 million penthouse?
Exactly. Rex Butts, Carl, thanks for all your hard work. Following you has opened my eyes to the way liberalism has debauched our society, for good or for ill.
Oh, thank you, man.
Sinestro29, this just sounds like a more rainbow male equivalent of telling women to get plastic surgery and wear high heels. Well, it is, in essence,
Hard not to see it that way, frankly.
Yeah, it is. Here you go. This is how you become the most perfect female.
Yeah, I mean there are thousands, or millions probably, of makeup tutorials on YouTube, and this just feels like one aimed at men.
Yes. Rexbuts, also you two have inspired me to make a TTRPG setting of a hard sci-fi 23rd century solar system split between a traditional but fractured Earth, a woke managerial Mars, and a hyper-capitalist Dyson Swarm. Good. I hope you are very successful in your endeavor.
Yeah.
Mr. Personality for $20. Thank you. Just here to make everyone aware of Quitam. If you know of any fraud, it's time for you to make that bread. Quitam? Quitam.
I don't know what that means.
In common law, quitam is a writ through which private individuals who assist a prosecution can receive for themselves all or part of damages or financial penalties recovered by the government as a result of the prosecution.
Well, how?
Report your local Somali daycare center.
Yeah. Get in, boys. You don't have to shag some massive influencer. You can just report Somalians.
There you go.
Get your penthouse, lads. You can do it. I believe.
Yeah, like, what was it, $2 million with that one daycare center?
Yeah.
You get a quarter of that. You only need to report like 10 or 20 and you're good.
God, you'd be raking it in.
Go to Google, find daycare centers, and just report every one of them.
Yeah, just start reporting randomly. No, don't do that.
I'm sure there are consequences if you do that. So you know.
Yeah.
Xavier, he's one of those mice in the Utopia experiment that spend all its time grooming itself and never reproducing. Like,
yes, but I think you've got this right. Because I was going to go with that angle as well, Arch. But I think you've nailed this. He's actually competing with the women for the rich men's resources.
yes, like I don't think this is the natural reaction. That's kind of the thing in the mice utopia. When you live in a society of plenty, this is the natural reaction. This isn't natural. I believe this is strategic. When he says that he's doing this for a purpose, I think he's correct. I think he understands that no. In a feminized society, being a better woman,
Service guarantees citizenship.
winning strategy.
And also, as you were saying, like in a society of plenty, blah blah blah. Well, they're not really living in a society of plenty.
No, the exact opposite.
Yeah, Zuma men are exactly at the bottom of the totem pole and are struggling. So for them, I think you're completely right about this. This is just a strategy to get resources.
Mm-hmm. And also to gain access to that male patronship and apprenticeship that they can't get otherwise.
Not literally locked out of because of what they are. So, and I think that's again why this has echoes of like transgenderism in it. Like it genuinely kind of sounds like escaping just being a man.
Martinez, so extreme narcissism is now a trend and we're calling it something more confusing. Slanesh would be proud.
Well, yeah.
RC5, there's an idea of a clavicular, some kind of extraction, but there's no real harm him, only an entity, something illusionary.
Ignorant slut.
Well, that depends on how successful he is. So there was a fascinating thing. There was a guy who made a bet on one of those betting sites,
Mm-hmm.
And he bet, I think it was like $5,000 or something like that, that the first scene that would open the new year would be gay men kissing. And guess what?
Well, honestly, that's not a hard bet to make.
But he won $300,000 on it.
In Sadiq Khan's London, I would have made that bet fucking too. If I'd known I could have made a bet like that.
And in this society, why wouldn't you be a Looksmaxxing pretty boy?
What other options do you have, really?
Yeah. What, being a straight white man?
Oh, it was NBC. Yeah, no, I can completely believe it. Completely believe it.
Deadpool Kid 12. Art, so your avatar video. Just remember, Xeno's side is only temporary. Xeno girlfriend is the goal. 12 Dirge. This smooth skin Looksmaxxing makes more women into monster furs. They don't want Kens, they want guard dogs at their size. It's the size. Yeah, and again, it's because he doesn't aim at women. Women aren't the goal here.
Yeah, and he says that in the Michael Knowles interview.
Yeah.
He's not interested in women.
Easy says the problem with bodybuilding is it does make you more attracted to women because the social status it gives you among other men. But the nuances of cause and effect get lost in the weeds.
The point being, though, women aren't like they don't, they're not interested in the bodybuilders generally.
Yeah, they're not interested in the bodybuilding because of the bodybuilder. They're interested because he has societal status.
Yeah.
Trick or treat.
Deadpool Kid, Looksmaxxing the Roman way. G-Blade Warrior, Mouse Utopia, the beautiful ones.
No, like I said, I really do think that you've got this. It's not the Mouse Utopia here.
Deadpool Kid, I unfortunately look like Shrek, so I may as well lift like Shrek and flip cars. That's true.
Yep. Also, just be charming and funny. Like, anyone can be charming and funny.
Easy. At 14, we tried to buy weed with the help of the internet. After the third bag of oregano, we stopped trusting the internet, and this kid injected it.
Buttery butt.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't sound safe, does it?
Right. I just got some testosterone off the internet, bro. Is that wise? Well, it's made me infertile.
Yeah, I'll pump that shit in my veins. Hope for the best. Okay, that's mildly. Okay, right. I need to just slightly. I need to do a moment of desecration again.
There you go. What?
So you know Lily Phillips.
One of the like the other Bonnie Blue, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, she has been baptized, and she's now closer to God.
Well, guys, time to take that seriously.
Yep. Listen, guys. So she's had 1,113 cocks inside of her. However, all of that is wiped away by the grace of our Lord.
Another reason I'm not a fucking Christian. I love Christians, fucking love you guys, but you've got to understand when they're fucking taking advantage.
And
like,
this is that.
Yeah. Like, you've got to be slightly cynical about this. I'm really sorry. I love you guys, and I'm just looking out for you when I fucking say this, but she's taking advantage.
But fear not, she is now cleansed. So all of you good Christian men out there, Lily Phillips is available.
Well, you don't know that. She might have a boyfriend.
That's true. She might.
just making promises you can't confirm, you know. Come on, Arch. You know better than that.
Rob Davis, excess of testosterone in boys in early puberty stunts physical growth. Their bodies release all at once instead of over time naturally. And I'm sure that's true.
Yeah, you definitely want to start getting random testosterone pills or whatever, or shots or whatever off the internet then.
How did the human substitute Arankar? 1 out of 8. Jesus. Mr. Walkout Stamford Bridge want to get Sargon's thoughts too, so I think of this and the next Cessor 6 message as a late Christmas gift. Thank you, sir. Warhammer has had a woke issue for a long time, aka the Last Church. Hey there, pseudo-Christianity. You're the cause of all the evil, hate, violence, pain, and hunger. War and suffering in human history as people abandon you, and this suffering will lead to the decay of religion and bring forth true culture and art and the beauty of blank maternity. And advancement in freedom and liberalism will make religion starve to death. Do you not agree, priest? The Emperor is just a Reddit cringe atheist, and no matter how the book tries and fails to spin it, the Emperor is proven wrong IRL in Warhammer, or both, down to the letter, and the priest proven right, down to the last letter. Gen Z turning more religious is more proof that religion will be an infinite feedback loop that makes religion die completely. The Emperor is just 100% wrong in that woke book. I tell you, it is the heresy propaganda, not canon to 40k, and I cannot believe something so woke is canon.
Well, I mean, that's part of the charm of 40k, is that the Emperor is an insane new atheist. But he's wrong. Like, no, there are gods. There are genuinely gods. You're one of them. Like, ironically.
Well,
right?
Therein also is one of the things. Like, when the Emperor denies God and religion, he's also doing this with a certain understanding, because this is after he's visited the gods. He knows they're real. When he denies religion, he's not saying, oh, religion is fake. He's saying, no, that is a weapon of the enemy. Stop it.
But the point being, it's nice that there's an irony in 40k. It's one of the things that makes the setting interesting, frankly. And honestly, I think they just lucked into this coolness too. It's cool that that's the case, but I don't think it was done by design. I think it was just fluke, frankly.
Yeah, The Last Church is very obviously written from a very strange perspective, because neither the priest nor the emperor are actually given the best argument for their positions.
No, there's a rendering of it on YouTube, by the way, if anyone wants to watch it. And it is still a good story, though. And like, I like the fact that the priest just kills himself at the end.
Yes. Well,
He's
because
just
he
like
realizes that his age is over, basically.
Yeah. And I kind of like the fact that, like, the Emperor is an insane Reddit new atheist. Like, you know, even Christopher Hitchens was like, no, I wouldn't do that. You know, it's like, but the Emperor, he would. You know, like,
he would.
I don't know.
But he's also doing it for a reason, because he knows, like, all faith leads to chaos. All of it. Which is also why he chastises Lorgar so harshly.
Well, yeah.
Silver Camaro for $20. Thank you. I don't know if you've ever seen the Oni Play clips where it's Zoomer Patrick Bateman, but that is what this guy reminds me of. It's on like 90 seconds, so you should look it up. It's ridiculous, but it's literally like this.
I haven't seen that.
I don't even know what it is. Second Moore, Star Trek taught us that alien culture should stick to their own planets with intermingled restrictions to military education facilities, deep space exploration vessels, and co-owned space ports.
Space brothels.
Harry, the human substitute train car. No, I can become my own Giga Chad. Always keep working forward mindset. I don't care how impossible it is, work to it is. Reach as close to perfection as you can. Do not settle for just enough.
Just do your best. You'll be fine.
The strive for perfection is the enemy of good enough.
Yes. Like I had this argument on the line at the moment with a bunch of like terminally online spurgs who are like, no, we have to deport every brown from Britain. It's like, look, that's not going to happen, right? But what would be fine is to get rid of a lot of them, because that way we can be sure about the future of the country. And they're like, no, you're just putting up the perfect or the possible argument. It's like, well, okay, one of them is only one of them is possible. So I want the one that can actually come into being. Thank you very much.
Yes. And hey, I would love to advocate for the more extreme position in the Trumpian bargain. I want 0 foreign funding. And if I end up with minus 50,
Exactly. Get used to not getting everything you want, but you'll get some of it. And that's better than none of it, which is what we're getting at the moment.
Chef Death 88. I refuse to ever go through this again. Divorced twice. Well,
I mean, yeah, I totally understand if you've been divorced twice, mate.
There's going to be a whole brand new crop of beautiful young boys.
Yeah, you can get yourself a lovely looking young man.
Yeah, and they're probably like statistically going to be way more loyal.
Yeah, and they're not going to be any more interesting than women. They're going to talk about beauty and makeup and Looksmaxxing, but
True, that's the downside.
Yeah. I demand a better quality of Catamite, one that can play 40k.
The new GM, Sargon, quit being gay, striving for perfection and possibly achieving greatness, but probably ending up alone is better than striving for normalcy and probably ending up long-housed.
Well, you don't have to be long-housed. Long-housing is a choice, man. Like, being long-housed is because you consented to it.
Deadpool Kid, I'd rather look like a caveman chewing on a rack of lambs and swinging axes to chop down trees than this Looksmaxxing.
God, yeah.
True, but then society will view you as a sexist and a misogynist and bar you.
Based. Join us, kings.
Starting to go. Sargon, that is Anthony Joshua, world champion and your fellow countryman. How can you not know who he is? Not the boxer. I know absolutely nothing about boxing, so I wouldn't recognize the fuck. I'd recognize Mike Tyson on the street. That's about it.
Yeah, but that's because he's like super famous.
Yeah. Beyond that, not a one.
Yeah, sorry. I don't follow boxing.
The new GM. Sargon, why did you start wearing suits then? Looks matters even among men, and you know it. You're being dense.
Yeah, but this isn't... I'm not saying that looks don't matter, but this is... Me wearing a suit isn't about me being pretty.
Yeah, there's also a very big difference between going like, yeah, I'm going to look presentable in my clothes, and I'm going to take testosterone.
Are you ready to rut this
Yeah,
yellow hair
it's obviously
buttery,
about respectability.
buttery butt?
Looking respectable, looking like you're not just wearing jeans and t-shirt. It's not about being pretty.
Vlad the Shriek.
If someone wants to give me a $5 million penthouse,
yeah,
I'm open to offers.
When the most common insult, woman, is variations of you can't get laid, no father figure to show what men respect, of course, we learn looks matter more. Well, yes. TG friends, Happy New Year, gents. This young man is definitely woman-coded. Here's to another year of Stamford Bridge. Happy New Year's. Lord the shriek that women give men. Chickador, the unfortunate thing about the unreasonable want of women is what has helped bring about simp culture. Yes, like simp culture is a more complex thing as well, because it's...
I fucking hate it so much.
There's serious elements of like just self-harm in there too, I genuinely believe.
Yeah. And self-delusion as well.
Oh, God, yes.
Like, fucking hell, guys, she doesn't like you.
She has 250,000 followers in social media. You're not gonna bet this one.
No. Go to a bar, spend money on a real woman. I hate to give you boomer advice, but it's better than sending money to a woman on the internet.
Raphaelite Illustro, I believe the left keeps trying to ban pattern recognition by calling it various forms of bigotry because all the proposed policies have been tried somewhere and invariably had negative long-term consequences.
And the thing is, a lot of their policies, you don't even need to try them to know they're a bad idea.
Marine Albert, Washington State has over 500 of those Somali daycares. Damn. I mean, I'm assuming Washington State is a very large state with a lot of people in it, so...
Not really.
Is it?
No.
Wait, isn't that...
It's not fucking... It's not California or New York. If they mean Washington...
8 million people. That's a fucking lot of people by my accounts.
That is a tiny number of people.
My entire country has 5 million people in it.
I know, but New York has 10 million.
Yeah, but still. Not to mention also, half of those are going to be fucking government leeches. They need daycare so they can dump their children whilst they're defrauding the state and the country.
But even then, it's a tiny, tiny number.
I don't know about that. It's a lot of fucking people.
No, there's a lot of fucking fraud.
To clarify, the WoW guilders that gave to the Queen Bee grew up to become affluent and become simps. Both super chat but not for broadcast. Very well. Put those there. Thank you very much, sir. John Adams, Arch, please make Sargon aware of the Odyssey trailer, but historically accurate armor from Demon Flying Fox on YouTube.
I have seen it. It looks way cooler to me.
I think I've seen it too, and yes, it does look way cooler.
It looks fucking boss, man. These dudes in like giant shiny bronze armor busting around with horned helmets. Yeah, fucking hell yeah.
Yes.
Looks like something out of Conan the Barbarian.
There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, it looks awesome. Special Kid. Hey guys, big fan for a decade plus. You've to remember Clavicular's entire life growing up has been a female worldview, and this is his agency now. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly correct. And like I said, I'm not attacking Clavicular. Like I said, he seems like kind of charming. He seems nice enough in his interview with Michael Knowles. It's just the dude is not in the male frame.
Mr. Twisted Frenzy, Happy New Year, gentlemen, and many happy returns. Here's hoping 2026 will prove to be more fruitful than 2025 was. I mean, it can't get that much worse, surely.
I didn't think 2025 was a bad year, to be honest. Maybe it's because we got remonetized on YouTube or something, but like...
That's true. You had a pretty big moment of yay in there.
Yeah, it was a pretty good year for us.
Normal man, is it fair to compare Clavicular to the feminine-looking men in Korea and Japan? Not quite, because I think there it's more of an attracting female thing, because they've had that more as a long-term culture for them, so I would think they would still do it to attract women.
I honestly don't know. enough about that culture to be able to make a judgment.
Mr. Citrency, question for chat. Would anyone be interested in seeing Art stream Red Dead Redemption 2? If so, I can make that fun my main focus for 2026. That is an absurdly long game.
You ignorant.
I played Red Dead 2 a little bit. I bought it the other day because Callum was going on about it, so I was like, all right, come on, I'll give it a go. And it was technically very, very impressive, but I didn't find the game that exciting.
I would say it is a very good game, and with a fairly good story, but the problem is the story is one I've heard about 5 million times before.
Right.
So
Well, I just couldn't. Like, it's incredibly impressive from a technical perspective. Like, I was genuinely like blown away at how many small details there were and
yes.
stuff like this, blah blah. Like, it was incredible fucking work, but I was just kind of just like slogging through it, and I was like,
Like,
you
it
know,
has
and
an
I didn't-
incredible amount of soul. So many little details.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, but I just didn't want to play it, you know. Whereas, you know, I want to play my Rome 2 campaign. So
I genuinely think it's because we've played too many good games before, but to the current generation, I entirely understand why Red Dead Redemption 2 is like the best thing ever.
oh yeah, I mean, maybe that's true. Maybe that's true. And like I said, I'm not trying to diss it or do it down or anything. Like, from a technical perspective, I was blown away. Like, the snow was just an incredible feat. That I was just like, Jesus, this looks so good. You know, but I just couldn't find myself to want to play it. And I don't know why.
Not Dr. Evil is the double Y chromosome, guys, a real thing. I heard that somewhere. I don't know. I've never thought about it.
Yeah. Weirdly, it hasn't come up recently.
Mr. Personality, taking tea stops your own tea production. Apparently, yes.
I drink loads of tea. No, I'm joking.
Which seems counterproductive. Baloney Soprano. Sargon, if you're still here, feminist society doesn't reward the people who are courageous and take responsibility and carries the burden of society. They are scolded and shit upon by the women, who then go and fuck the charismatic, irresponsible, flaky men.
I don't even know if they do. I think feminists are incels. Like, I don't think they're getting laid. I think they're angry about it.
The new G-Man, 9 out of 10 chance. Sargon and Arch wouldn't have the same charisma if the kid grew a beard. If we wouldn't have the same charisma if the kid grew a beard?
I don't know why that would be.
I don't know either. And no, steroids don't make you unable to have a boner. They can shut down sperm production.
Oh, right, okay.
I'm not... This is a hole I don't want to get into.
Yeah. These are things I've never needed to know in the past, you see.
Oh, great. Happy New Year to you folks. Late, but still count for 1st of January. Are you going to play Terra Invicta soon? They have full release in a few days. I have heard of that, yes, and probably will have to, because it is one of my favorite games in a very long time, so...
Terra Invicta?
Terra Invicta, yes.
I've not heard of that.
It's XCOM, but grand strategy. So you don't control a squad, you control Earth's response.
Right, okay.
It's quite good. Baloney Soprano. Red Pillars will say, I agree. Nothing we do will fix society because women have too much power and authority won't give any of it up.
This is another point that Clavicular was making in his interview with Michael Knowles. He was like, well, the job of changing society is obviously too large, therefore I will just change myself, which is not irrational, but again, it kind of seems a little unmanly.
And the thing is, I don't think it's too large. Like, is it huge?
No,
Is it massive? Will it take forever? Of course, but look at what we've already done.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any reason to just completely give up just yet. Like, I know everything's kind of ass right now. There's a lot of negative consequences of the last few decades of politics, absolutely, but I don't think it's all over.
I completely agree with you here, actually. If you think back, like in 2013, when I first made a video against feminism, that was heresy, man. It was genuine heresy. And now you've got Elon Musk tweeting about remigration.
Yeah.
Like, fucking hell, man. This has been this has been it feels like a long road, but like, it's been traveled very quickly.
Yeah, comparatively, in terms of societal cultural change, that has gone very fast.
Yeah, who knows where we're going to be in like 5 years' time? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Probably in jail. But,
Or under the control of our AI overlords.
Yeah.
But no, I do not think that. I mean, this entire debate's been going on for the last 10 years, right? It's been constant as well. I still remember Mr. Metico and you on a stream and him going like, why do you bother doing this? You'll never change anything. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
A few years later, you have a media company and things are changing.
Yeah, I genuinely feel like things are changing.
Yeah.
Like, public opinion is changing. You know,
Unquestionably.
It translates slowly into electoral change, but like, it is changing. Like, this in Britain at the moment, the centre is completely collapsing. Like, the Labour and the Conservative parties are just dead parties. They're fucking over, man. They're zombies, and it's just like, okay, this is great. This is exactly what we wanted.
Yeah. It all takes time. Nothing's going to happen overnight. There's going to be bumps. There's going to be ups and downs. But that's just reality.
Yeah.
We're still here on this earth for another good 50, 60 years, so might as well make the best out of it.
Yeah. And I think we're doing well. I genuinely think everything's going well. And I do put it down to the fact that we have a cadre of professional activists. I mean, we're part of it, like there are loads of genuinely like full-time professional activists for the things we want. This is the sort of thing that the left funded, like, in the mid 2000s and like early 2010s with billionaire money, right? We've done this organically.
Yeah.
And we're winning.
Yeah. No reason to be black-pilled.
No, it's all.
Harry, the human substitute Rankar. Hello, sorry to get personal here, but when my granddad died, I blind myself in a moment of depression. I was drinking constantly as a result. Same with when my grandma had cancer in lockdown. I'm very really sorry to hear that, dude. Sucks.
Yeah.
I never felt as bad as this mother and that's someone who blamed himself for deaths in the family and thought they were a monster. Oh. Yeah. I hope you recovered from it.
Yeah, but remember, it's not your fault.
No, it's not. It's one of those things, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's human to think that way, though. So Jard, when male pattern baldness strikes, he's going to end hero out.
Commit suicide.
Oh, okay. Terminology is moving too fast for me to keep up.
That's an older code, but it checks out.
Chimera Q, what if all this mouse utopia beautiful ones? Part of it, but not all of it.
We've covered it. It's not about an abundance of resources. It's about securing rare resources.
Yep.
Service guarantees citizenship.
What Urkvi? Oh god, Archie was saying this man is what would happen if Darkside Phil was good looking. I mean, I think Darkside Phil would do a lot better if he was good looking. I think if Darkside Phil was like, what's the name of that Swedish guy? He played in like the Rocky 3 movie as the Russian, like the huge guy.
I don't know.
But okay, I'll put it like this. If Leonardo DiCaprio had a leaked tape of him jerking off, do you think it would be a largely negative backlash or a positive one?
Like there are some conditions that actually might affect that.
Some conditions.
Yeah, I mean, if it was, revealed certain things about his physiology.
I suppose if he had a massively malformed penis or something, but
or if it was just tiny or something like that, that might be damaging.
Viciously jerking off with 2 fingers, fully erect.
Yeah, exactly, right. And that could be quite damaging, yeah.
True. Anonymous for $3. This is a tale and all about how life in Somalia turned upside down. I'd like to take a minute to sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the Fresh Prince of the US daycare. That was good. I like that. Jack Price. I know an intersex guy who has to go back and forth taking estrogen and testosterone. He manages, but it's not a fate I wish on anyone.
No, it doesn't sound fun at all.
The Inner Circle for another $100 today. Jesus Christ,
Hell,
sir.
man.
Thank you, but...
These are our patrons, man. Jesus.
These are our patrons, but...
What do we have to do, man?
You've given me enough for a few weeks. If you want a rat brick, send me a message on Twitter and I'll give you that. That'll be your recompense.
We're going to have to do terrible things like Clavicular.
Silver Camaro 78. Nearly half of men 25 and under never approach a woman in their life because of the social consequences, and nearly 2/3 of young men are single. Now, that is one of the things, too, though. Like, it's very easy to give the advice, go out and meet someone. And that is, in many ways, one of the only ways. Because, like, yes.
Fortunately, it's the only advice there is.
There is, it's disturbingly enough, but it is true that, worst case scenario, she says no. No, the worst case scenario is she whips out her phone, films you, and humiliates you in front of 5 million people.
Yeah.
But it's relatively rare.
Yeah. Don't be weird, I guess.
Yes. Southpaw Zero, he's one of the beautiful ones in the Rat Utopia. Bucketworm Plus, you're being a bit disingenuous here, Sargon. You have gone on record multiple times saying both having your partner approach you and that you would not want to and struggle if you had to be in the modern dating market.
Oh, yeah, I would. But, I mean, it's not like I haven't approached women before. Like, everyone has. And, you have a lot more misses than you have hits.
Yep. Dreadnought. Just wait till someone cracks open Cal. If you would cry at the sheer scale of the corruption here, it's everywhere, and the only question is the depth. Corruption.
Tell you what, it's going to be way worse than you actually see as well. It's going to be way worse than what you actually get to see.
Marine Alva, work hard doesn't pay. Hustling does. I am still a firm believer of working hard. You won't get anywhere without hard work. It's just...
citizenship.
Yeah.
You've got to be realistic about it.
And the thing is as well, it's also about being able to resist shocks and surprises in the system. Like, if you hustle, okay, you might make a lot of money temporarily, but if you end up losing it because of a bad decision, well, getting it back is a lot more difficult. But if you work hard, you can just Rudyard Kipling it, pick up your tools and begin again.
Yes. And remember, there is a very small minority of hustlers who become the Somali shaman married to the Norwegian princess.
Yeah.
That is the result of a very long and very complex scheme.
Not saying it can't be you, but...
Yep. They're saying you're really going to fucking dedicate to the bit.
Yeah.
The new G-men, most Roman generals groomed themselves extensively. I mean, most gentlemen groomed themselves extensively, but not to this extent. Lonely Lenny, I turned 30 in 2027. I've never had a girlfriend and expect that to change. It's just not worth the effort of trying. At least he's trying something that might work.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. He's not wrong that looks are important in life generally. Like, good-looking people do go. You're more likely to get promotions and stuff like that. There is some truth to it, and he's not wrong that like a moderate degree of Looksmaxxing is a good thing. Like, I installed an old hard drive the other day because I needed some extra space, and I found some videos of myself from 2016. Just Sargon of Akkad videos from like 2016 or whatever. And man, I look like shit. I don't know why my wife was into me. I have no idea why. Like, I am not well groomed at all, and I look so much better now than I did then. But again, it didn't affect her, so I don't know. Is this just me? I don't know.
Brandon for another $100. Jesus, we need to do more Looksmaxxing streams.
Well, I mean, the people demand.
Forgot to ask, but Arch, what do you think about Vivek Ramaswamy, a rant about heritage Americans? I think it just means the GOP is still angling to replace Americans with more migrant slave labor because line go up.
Completely correct.
Yes. The thing is, at this point, I've pretty much arrived at not only the full zero immigration, but active re-immigration platform. The economy can't handle it. I don't care. Line go up has not been advantageous. It hasn't produced a better society. It hasn't produced better people. It hasn't produced better standards of living. Line go up has turned out to be bad.
It's false. The British economy shrank in the last quarter, 850,000 people in. It's not worked. In the last 5 years, we've had somewhere like 10 million people come in and about 6 million people leave, and our economy is worse than ever. It's just not true. Where's the proof? Where's the result?
And a lot of this too, there's been a lot of the ICE arrests, which has basically gone through neighborhoods and found loads of people working illegally in coffee shops or low kind of income jobs, right? And what this also means is that not only is this, jobs taken out of the actual economy and money not being earned by actual citizens of the nation, but this is where all of the incentives for young people to do stuff has gone. It used to be normal for kids who want to earn enough money for a bike or a video game or whatever to go and do these jobs, but they can't because a 32-year-old immigrant is doing that job right now.
Mm-hmm.
It has just not been a good idea. It's been a very, very bad idea. And if our economy has to shrink to 2000s levels when everyone was happy and content and everything was better, then by God, let the economy shrink. A Dutchman. Makeup for men in a style that reflects masculine virtues. Makeup for men is a style that reflects masculine virtues. Having a beard and being muscular and so on. All else is vanity and for women. Yeah.
Are you ready to rut this yellow
Glowman, millennials were not good teachers about how to be a man. Is when the debate of what or who is a woman, this was bound to happen. Destroyed gender sex norms, causes confusion and problems because anyone can be anything. And that's also true, but it's also because we have actually forgotten what man means on a much broader level. Because in an age of deconstructivism, where we reduce everything to its base components, because being a man wasn't a thing that we needed to think about. We didn't need to have books or treatises on it explaining it in detail. It was generally understood. But once that generally understood knowledge is lost, as it has been, it is very difficult to replace.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Marine Elva, take notes from Pigeon Man in downtown Seattle. Pigeon Man?
I don't know who that is.
Silver Camaro, we're autistic, Sargon. We can't be charismatic. Listen, everyone's autistic today. Everyone. It's a mark of honor. It's a sales point. Just be autistically charismatic. Martinez, didn't Gotcha have the leg surgery thing too? Gotcha? Gatashaka? I don't fucking know. Gatashaka. Right, well, Google doesn't answer me who that is either, so. Harry Human Substitute Rancor, bone lengthening equal Jack Hammer entered the chat. Sargon won't get the reference. Jack Hammer? Valamio, I know a girl that needs those bone surgeries due to a genetic issue. One of the paired bones in the arm won't grow. I have actually heard of that, by the way, yes, where there is like a certain disease that means that your bones don't grow equally or something, and in which case, like, okay, fair enough, but these people are doing it to be taller. Ochikito, as far as morals for masculinity, does that make the Somalis masculine through the use of their morals or breaking our morals? Not for broadcast. Well, it does depend upon your own morality, of course. And then it becomes, what is the superior morality? Is it moral for the Somali to come to America and defraud Whitey? Absolutely. They believe that. Fundamentally, it's izat. If you take from others to give to yourself and your own, that is not only good, it's laudable, and you should do so at every turn. Our morals, however, differs. When we went to their places, what did we do? We built them roads, schools, and hospitals. Which moral is superior? Ours! No fucking doubt.
I love that izat thing, and I love that it's caught on.
Oh, yes. Because I had no idea.
No, but it means something. You know, everyone was like, yeah, I get it.
Yep. It's recognizable now that you know about it. Benjathan, Bonnie Blue is rich, powerful, and sensually successful. Mr. Tate, Happy New Year from Londonistan, Habibi, Carl Benjamin, and her arch Degrechov. That's true. Bonnie Blue is very sexually active and virile as well. Benjamin, despite your unkept look, Carl, my mum thinks you're cute. She's in her 60s, by the way.
Well, I like your mum too. She seems lovely.
There you go. Glowman, traditional matriarchy is supportive of the patriarchy. The feminist matriarchy is the problem. It sees itself in competition with patriarchy, thus always undercutting it to gain power. But matriarch can't govern like the patriarchy, thus causing problems. That's actually an interesting observation, because yes, that is true. The matriarchy existed within the courts of human history, basically. The woman who ran the household, they had their own societal status, their own social constructs, their own hierarchies. Matriarchy existed within patriarchy. But every time we've tried matriarchy without patriarchy, well, it's ended up with savage tribes living in the Indias in Stone Age tech. Deadly Duke took me the cleanest idea to manhood is the ability to make and enforce boundaries. The liberal system hates this, in my opinion. And Happy New Year's, boys. Happy New Year's. Glowman, Looksmaxxing is succubus tactics. Helen of Troy, tragedies inbound. We need training and apprenticeship. Glad I am in my own bubble, away from Looksmaxxers. We need builders, markers, not wallflowers. Also, I take it you saw the actress who will be playing Helen of Troy in the Odyssey?
Was she black?
Yes.
I haven't seen it, but who could have imagined?
I mean, Christopher Nolan deciding that, black people are the most attractive. Sure. It's just another day. It's just another day.
I'm going to have to head off, man, because it's 11 o'clock and I got work tomorrow. Back in the office tomorrow. We've
got only 2 more super chats, so it's okay.
Okay, right. All right, well, I will see you next week.
I'll see you next week.
Bye.
Glowman, don't let the perfect be the enemy of good. A decent plan is better than the perfect plan after the fact. You can only seek perfection if you first get the ball rolling and momentum. Perfect is that which works the best for now. We can always get better later. Yes. Build something first and then make it good. And lastly, Valamir. In other news, Heroes of Might and Magic 3. I think Horn of the Abyss just released a new Norse-themed town bulwark. That's probably not what I think it is then. I have no idea what that is. Whatsoever. But thank you for the information. And Verb Vampire the Masquerade Redemption. I will put that up. There we are. Right. And so ends another Stamford Bridge with a lovely redeemed woman ready for a strong, virile Christian husband to help her on the right path. That person could be you, chat. It could be you. Until tomorrow. Thank you all very much for watching. Thank you for your incredibly generous donations today. Which reminds me, by the way, I do need to do the whole thing again.
Service guarantees citizenship.
Brandon, put my last 100 to friendship. Very well. Friendship with benefits, which is about 75% funded now. Excellent. Adoman, pretty sure you missed supers, did I? I did! The damn thing scrolled! Right, thank you. Walking Corpse, rejecting reality to fit themselves into the current temporary paradigm. This will not last. This will fail. Fucking hate the new YouTube and the way it updates. Meme Magician, Wholesome Chungus, conservatism is dead. Zoomers are hyper-Machiavellian and are decoding the environment, and if that means breaking legs to grow taller, so be it. Well, fucking evidently. I can't really put myself in that position, but again, evidently. Pigeon, what are your New Year's resolutions? Habibi Carl Narat. Mine is 1440p, always had 1080p monitor. Never game on anything higher. Also lose 10 kilograms by the end of the year and go outside more. My New Year's resolution is I want to play more video games this year. Yes. That might seem like an unreasonable and unreachable goal, but I wish to play more video games this year because I didn't play enough fucking video games last year, and that makes me upset. I would like to play more video games, preferably. Mike Merchant, have either of you two heard of the game Blockout? No. Volleyball. Apparently UA scammed the Russians by faking the death of Denis Kaputskin and claiming the $500,000 reward money. Why would they do such a thing? Twelve, there's not a realm of plenty, it's the fall of the Roman Empire, patched by barbarians that will devour it. Marine Alva shows the TMC video of the cop ripped from the car. Joe? That doesn't sound legal. Hummel Kriegsman, why Looksmaxxing when you can be sword-maxing? Get that historically accurate blade. I agree. Wolf Black Mane for $20. Just to make this worse, I have two co-workers that are getting divorced by their wives. They've been married for 10 to 15 years, got multiple children, yet still somehow something is wrong with the woman, to put a long story short. Marine Alva, if a murderer can be in charge of police, a lady of the night can be in charge of the church. That is a good point. Benjamin, beautiful young men, femboys, didn't expect Baka Batsy to appear in the West in his lifetime. Listen, men make better women than women do. And an omen, Kimps is Lookmaxxing for Arch. Yes, he is. Don't PTXX, my problem with the people in charge is that they know they're doing something bad for the country and it will backfire, yet they stall, so they aren't alive for the consequences and families immune to it. Or they simply move to other countries. Marine Alva, Carl, you need to seek asylum in Norway. They have nicer prisons, just as Arch. Thus the two of you are better off as asylum seekers in Sweden. Now, Norway would obviously be the superior place to seeking asylum, but... Oh, and there needs to be tightened. That baptismal water needs to be replaced or converted to 99% Nakio. You know, I need a fourth monitor. That's what I need, that I can put on top of my main monitor, and I can just have chat there. That's what I need. I need another monitor. That's my New Year's resolution, chat. Another monitor. There. Now I hope I've caught the rest as well without YouTube being gay and evil. Until tomorrow, chat. Have a